So much legacy in these very halls, and the Kingslayers, they now enter the cathedral. Now only Spirit remains between them and going where they have never gone before. And I say only, Jacob, it is only the best player of 2024. It's only Donk and his disciples that Mouz have to best if they want any hope of glory tonight.
It's going to be a massive task for Mouz, there's no doubt about it. Winning against Vitality yesterday was a step in the right direction. Getting into this grand final is a massive achievement in itself, but you're right, Freya. In order to hoist the trophy, you have to take down Donk, who currently, according to me, is the best playing player in the entire world. As Janko said as well, when he's on the server, there's no game that is out of reach for Spirit, and Mouz will have to respect that fact from start to finish.
Yeah, but you said the key words right there is Mouz have to beat Donk. It's supposed to be Mouz have to beat Spirit. And who knows if we're going to get that on the stage today. But Mouz have created this opportunity by taking down Vitality in the semifinals. All they have to do now is go out and seize it. It's right there in front of them. This will be an incredible missed opportunity if they let it slip.
Spirit has played spoiler before. I mean, they came out of nowhere really in Katowice last year. And even at the final event of the year in Shanghai, they weren't really the main favorite for the event. But they just find a way to get it done, to persevere. Their supports find a way to step up, to do just enough to help out Donk. And for Mouz, what better test? You just took down the best team in the world. Now you have to be the best player in the world.
They say if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. Gentlemen, where do your predictions lay for this grand final?
I think given what we've seen so far in this tournament, Spirit have been the better playing team. They also faced each other in the group stage, as we already discussed, where Spirit ended up winning a very close series. I think Mouz have been getting better, slowly but surely.
TILIDA qanday? Mo'ylo otishadimi, yarashdim biz mo'ylo.
Much better, but I will say this, unless Mouz plays their A game today, I have Spirit.
Ishonasizlarmi, ko'chaga chiqdim, qizimni ko'rib qoldim, gaplashmayapkan. Shuni настроением buzildi. Shuni настроением buzildi, shuni ko'rgandan keyin.
Yeah, I'm taking Mouz as well, 3-1. I don't think they're going to let this one slip. I think Torji and Exertion are ready to take that next step into superstardom. And even if Donk plays like two players today, it's not
What so many crave, but so few earn the right to call yourself an IEM Cologne champion. Tonight, one will carve their name into the cathedral.
Tayyormisizlar, chat? Bugun pizza o'yin bo'ladi. Are you ready, guys?
Grand final on Counter-Strike's greatest stage, where legacies are forged, where legends are made.
Sizni ko'rib qolibsiz, men hali ko'rmadim. Qizlarga tupur qizlar topiladi. To'ppa-to'g'ri qizlar topiladi. Oldin pizza yaxshi ko'rib siqilib yurardim, hozir vashcha po'xi ko'rdim, bunaqa. What the fuck? Такой chiroyli bo'ldi, qizlar topilmaydimi? Такой KS, Torme, Elon artiqsam, любой qiz hammasi o'zi kelib.
Today we'll have a new champion in this
Chatlarga bosamiz.
Today, for one of these teams, they'll write their names into the history books. Donk's first foray up on the Langston.
Xuni bo'lib ketdimi? Da, ko'nglimdagi gapni gapirdingiz. Xuni bo'lib ketdi, suka.
The question has been asked. Cologne.
Ready. Mo'ylo qani, otishadi Mo'ylo. Guys, let's go. Spiritga balet qilaman faqat. Qolganini bilmayman.
Turishingga bir falokat bola chiqding sanki. Oshishim bir qadaming umuman yo'qman, to'g'ri.
Kayfiyat uchun rahmat. Bo'ldi, o'yin boshlandi. O'yin ko'ramiz. Tak, pistoletka.
Between these two squads, right? And feels like a fitting final matchup for us to close this chapter.
Ovoz normalmi o'yin ovozi? Hozir eshitib ko'ringlar-chi.
Mouz, they overcame a big hurdle getting here in beating Vitality, but they've said this
Donk igrajini beradi bugun. Ko'ramiz.
You only go on to lose in the final. They are one of the first teams to put together how to beat this Spirit squad.
Tak, Mouz B'ga hozir asitga qotdi, B'da zonchiga sakrab turibdi. Chopper ekan, smoke berildi, B'ga asitga ketdi, ikkita o'yinchi B'da. Chopper minus qila oladimi? Chopper zo'rg'a bittasini berdi, lekin Brolon Chopper ikkita minus beryaptimi?
Where's Brolin come from? Emerging from the market.
Oy. Mouz jostki boshlab olishdi pistoletkani. Voy jalab. B5 mi? Bular ertalabgacha ko'rayotganmiz, chaylayapman chat. Mikrodan zo'ra gapir bo'ldi. Bemalol o'tirib gapiraman, xo'p? Bemalol o'tirib gapiraman, bemalol eshitiladi.
in that game against Na'Vi. Donk has to have the right read.
Bugun bile 5 ta karta ko'rayotganmiz-da, chat. 5 ta karta.
Mouz take that pistol round.
Miraj kim pika, xuj znayt ko'ramiz hozir kim pikligini. Так,
High energy on Mouz, but this
Spirit
is a 5 that feels
force
like it's going to go the distance.
Spirit'ta
Clear
force.
victor. No guarantees.
Spirit'ta force.
Test of managing energy.
No, very much is. And you know, one thing you'll look at if you go and you take a look
Mouz
at
yutib qo'yadi yo. Da, yon kuchli ko'rinyapti lekin. Har bitta o'yinda kamida 3 ta bo'lib
I do think we have a bit of a favorite in the Lanxes.
har bitta kartada 3 ta do'pi bo'ladi osmi? Yo'q, ko'ramiz, lekin potni o'yin bo'ladi.
Donk likes to silence the crowd.
Mouzga kelgan, Miraj Mouz kelgan.
Used to playing the villain.
Bugun Donk highlightlar ko'rsatsa, Igrajizni o'ynaversa. Yaxshi, Zontix, Azivi qilgan bu. Zontix haqida informatsiya yo'q. Zontix minus beryapti. Zontix o'tkazib olish kerak edi, mana shu o'yinchini bekor otdi.
Break through this A-hold.
Hozir Donkdan headshotlar, takoy.
An exertion. Always willing to risk it for a little bit more.
Oy, chopper.
Damage done the other
Donk.
way. Exertion in an
Yaxshi
uncomfortable
chopper.
spot. Hold on, Spirit.
Ikkita o'yinchi
on
low
this
hopper.
boss by. They've got Mouz on the ropes.
Ikkita o'yinchi low hopper.
Torshi and Jimmy can't play together. They're struggling to meet back up in the site here. And even though there's
Na, xuy. Na, suka, suda, blядь. Ketda, W, chat, Spirit uchun.
Deadly team spirit winning that force buy round. They get the stack in the right place.
Nima shu majmuat bilmadim.
Mouz immediately humbled, losing the worst round possible.
Nice! Assalomu alaykum, assalom. Bro, APda qanaqa turnovka qilsa bo'ladi? Daxoya DMda APda o'ynasangiz turnovka bo'ladi, bro.
Hardly a pretty picture with Spirit armed and dangerous. Mouz go back to the B side.
Tak. Mouz force qilibdi, A'ga ketyapti. A'ga deb manjallab bagi. Ani bilib ko'raman.
Live and die on this B position.
Spirit laker emas, Spirit jostki o'ynaydi. Ash telefonim mana qo'yib qo'y, chat. O'qib turaman. O'na. Nega Donkdan kuchlisiz aka? Wow, realmi?
Can Brolin make them panic?
Going to be hard pressed to do so, but he has that.
Makazes haqida fikringiz? Makaze Navin o'yinchi yaxshi o'ynadi lekin bor.
One of them will be Donk. There's that full exec out in awards, eh?
Lekin hozir Mouz Baker ketadi. Chopper.
They've just moved away from that retake setup. Chopper's actually dedicated himself into the site here.
Yaxshi Zontix, bla Chopper o'lib ketdi. Donk keldi, qoch Donk keldi.
Mouz's plan has not worked. Spirit have not been redirected, and Donk is right where he's supposed to be.
Yaxshi.
Nails that
Zo'r.
follow-up. Brolin's plan.
Yaxshi bolalar. Qo'yib yubormaymiz-da bularni. 5 shans yutish kerak bularni, 5 shans.
Undeniable, making it look nice and easy in the right place every one of these rounds so far. So mobile, given the freedom almost of an AWP on this CT side on the rifle.
Vitality kechini yeta olmadi, chunki Mouz kuchli edi. Botir aka assalomu alaykum, assalom. Mouz katta ehtimol bilan yutadi. Brat, bilmadim. Spiritda Donk Igrajizni o'ynaversa qiyin bo'ladi.
For Spirit, it's all about donk. Mouz take a breather.
Mouz yomon qilishyapti, podдержка qilishyapti. Let's go Mouz board.
Time to talk this one over, right? We've heard from a lot of players now how stressful it can be going from the walkout straight
Agar Donk bugun tahorat olgan bo'lsa yutadi, chat. Donk tahorat olgan bo'lsa, bugun
Trying to go
easy
over these
yutadi.
game plans and make sure everything goes according to plan for Mouz. They're just gonna walk
Chopper,
in.
давай,
through
Sam,
this
davring
smoke.
keldi. Chopper,
is
chopper,
very, very
chopper.
close on the SMG. They find him. There's a follow-up.
Granata. Oy oy oy. Yaxshi.
And luckily enough, oh, hold on a second, Jimmy.
Yaxshi bolalar, shans beramiz ularga.
Two off the Glock.
Yeah,
A
good.
bit of chip damage in at the end and a
Hello.
chance to address this coming rifle round
Güdeme.
for Mouz.
Good eco for Mouz, but it's all about the gun round. Delayed till number 5 after Spirit's force buy. Of course, you're going to have to wait for that AWP. Meanwhile, Shiro immediately.
Mouz will sorely miss the Torshi AWP, but for Shiro, a chance to go uncontested. Someone whose AWP has been hitting very, very hard. That's a nice opening from Brolin. The captain provides, he gets past Donk. Donk who, say Mouz? Steamrolling this round, isn't it? Not even close. Shiro's AWP. Now one kill to try and claw something back, but this shouldn't be enough to go off it for Team Spirit. They're still walking in. But I don't buy it. I don't believe they want to try this round.
Inconceivably hard to lose for Mouz. It's not even a kit in play, Harry. This one's just damage here for Spirit.
Opacham telefon qilyapti, mashinalarini pulti ariqqa tushib, oq kesibdi, shunga hozir yangi pult olish kerak ekan, shunga
Hoping that Mouz are going hunting. He's not entirely
pul kerak
wrong.
ekan.
Brolin is in the B-apps, but
Karta
still
shosili.
a 2v2 in the bomb site. Shiro should save
Bular
this shot.
round
And
yutqizishyaptimi?
Mouz make it happen. It's a nice connection, but even saving this AWP is but a guarantee.
Yaxshi, open save qilgan Shiro keyingi round normal.
Mouz allow it for now, taking their second round with 3 alive, building their own economy as Spirit call a timeout. I'm expecting close maps every way. I'm expecting a long series with overtimes where little details make all the
Trener hozir
difference.
aytayapti, Jalab. Sabr etsa qillaring, butun dunyo bizani ko'ryapti deb.
So Halley getting on the mic early here for Team Spirit and reaffirming the game plan here into this next gun round.
Face ishladim, Botir bilmadim.
This is a Spirit who've had to insulate themselves, ignore the noise. A team that came
Donk
out of
aytayapti, ya
nowhere
vahhoy,
to the
как они
top of the
стреляют deb.
game.
Qanday otishyapti ular, juda yaxshi otishyapti deyapti. Donk Mirajda KT yaxshimi, Tmi? Mirajda ikkita storini ham yaxshi agar o'ynashni
Not done
bilsangiz.
them well.
Miraj tako 50-50 karta. Mouz жесткий, да.
Just kind of battling for the early stages of Mirage here.
Bilaman, o'ylovsiz
Mouz
Ashat eski o'q
chance to
qiladigansiz.
pull themselves up into the lead again. Slow about the mid control, and I mean, you know who you're going to face if this is the real estate you're playing for.
Oh, God.
Roland, just right now, Steven
Donk, bo'ldi, zo'r. Qochish kerak, Donk.
versus Donk.
Kerak emas, boshqa pik qilma.
Donk comes out looking better. It's not that 5v4 for Mouz. They lose their captain. He's now leading from beyond the grave, and they entirely look to vacate mid.
Spirit immediately changed the setup coming into
Tak,
this round. after
Mouz
Roland's
hozir
passing
agi o'ynashmoqchi.
Shiro
Bitta
covering
o'yinchisi
that
underda
mid
qolgan.
cross.
3 ta agi ketdi, bitta o'yinchisi coverida.
Your 2 firepower pieces here on Spirit controlling the most important part of the map.
Nima ish qilasiz o'zi Botir?
They get their 5v4, they pull back. Shiro rotates
Business.
to that AWP. Donk hangs around. Low health.
Zontiksmi?
Rarely
Zvihiga.
holds him back.
Bo'ldi, smoke
Good
berildi.
timing on that smoke. 40
Oh, smoke
seconds
chiqishadi,
here. Mouz
smoke
are
qara.
surrounding him.
A little tidbit of info, the drop down just allows Spinks to be much more aware of what
Yaxshi
he's
Shiro.
running into.
Zo'r.
He was not prepared for the Shiro.
Aka shaftoli bormi?
Oh, Sway with a quick position.
Bor aka berayim.
Gets past Jimmy.
GG.
For Exertion and Torshi, this is a rough round now. They're split up. This smoke down cutting the site in half. It's not going to be easy for Torshi to try and plant this.
Блядь, зачем? Yaxshi Shiro.
Oh, there's Shiro to stop it. No plant for
O'lma, 2 sekund, 2 sekund.
Wait, whoa, chill.
Shiro gave him a chance. But Exertion have one chance.
Böyle o'ldirish kerak edi, o'ldirish kerak edi. Yani vaqtdan keyin o'ldirsa pul bermaydi-yu.
Already some chaos showing, right? Both players fighting with 5 seconds left. It's an impossibility to win that round if one survives. Shiro make sure it happens by the skin of his teeth.
Жестко bolla.
Shiro, the epitome of a safe pair of hands, knows how to live. Knows how to play out the round to the last second.
O'ziga zanat qildizmi? Yo'q. Gaga danat qildi, rahmat danatchon aka. Shironi kick qilishar ekan shu finaldan keyin real? Nimaga? Kimga olishmoqchi ekan Shironiga?
A Mouz hero gun round, yeah. This is a move you're going to see a lot from Spirit later in the game when they're the ones on this T side.
Shironi kick qilib kim olishmoqchi ekan? Sizni mana olishim bo'ldi. Yebach bus, ko'rdi. Yaxshi Zontix.
Jimmy does that boost because he has armor as well, so still armed and dangerous here. Goes back for the window fight, and Zontix is just locking down this half of the map.
Oy, Hayeshkani qara.
Around with the nade, and he gets there just in time to find Jimmy.
Geniy, donk, geniy.
They're fearless.
Hayeshka, yana bitta Hayeshka. Oy. Ikkita Hayeshka bilan ikkita odam o'ldirishdi.
Donk's just going to swing on 10 health. Fearless. It's a matter of time here for Brolin. Spirit make it so.
Let's go, Spirit, let's go.
On the CT side.
That just feels brutal for Mouz. In terms of opponents, they saw like 2 guys in the round. But the nades raining in. Zontix on peeks out from window. Proves to be too much, and those guns don't make a dent.
It's just been a good sign across the board here for Spirit, right? It's not just been the Donk show, although he's taking his typical fight. Everyone's getting involved. Sway holding always for one on this A side. Zontix, different positions every time he's the short player.
Wonderful xato ham qilmayapti Namida. Lekin Shiro bor, mana shu finalgacha bor. Spiritda pashti 2-3 o'yinda o'zi solo olib chiqib ketdi, bolalar.
Mouz get a grip on it.
Chat kim balet qotdi? Misolchi men Spiritga balet qolman, kimga balet qotdi shuni yozib yuboringlar chatga. Nibach qarselani ovozini eshitosizlarmi? Spirit. Hamma Spiritga. Barcelonaga deydigan. Ben Real'chil o'tiribdi bu yerda. Spirit, Navi ham bor ekanda. Prosta meni yoqtirgan komandam sizlarni Navilarni og'ziga bersekin chiqarib yubordi. Endi og'ziga berdigan 3 ta karta o'ynadi dopi bilan, lekin yutdi bag'rim.
So often it feels like if you can get past Donk, you can get past Spirit. That's not looking to be the case in this game.
Leveling up in a grand final.
Arkaret yozadi kaytasi.
Spirit, who are no stranger to the stage. Mouz only started to break these trophies.
Konga kiryapti. Bitta o'yinchi short pick qiladi. Davay. Yaxshi Zontix bitta minus qildi. Ikkinchi minus roll off ketdi. 4-4 vaziyat.
Spirit are happy with that. Donk controlling this connector smoke.
Zonkdan highlight ko'ramiz ham. Oy, Donk minus qildi. Informatsiya berayotgan tozalik. Chopper hozir ikkita minus qilarmikan? Chopperdan bitta minus, Chopper yana bitta minus kerak, brat. Enta. 410 qo'yib qoldi. Qo'yapti, yaxshi Shiro. Prosta chitach qilib o'ynashyapti o'yinni. Prosta easy.
Wins the round single-handedly with that move. Bomb plant denied.
Chat like'larni bosamiz, bosish kerak. Sizlar uchun risk qilib YouTube'da stream qo'yaman.
Aka, shaftoli bormi?
Bor, necha kilo bering? Safe endi. Jimbatda safe qotdi. Keyin ground buy qilishadimi deyman. Mirage came in pika, Mouz pika.
Really in full control over this game. It's been little isolated one-and-done incidences for Mouz. All the streaks have belonged to Spirit, and that's leaving them in a very powerful position here.
Mouz used so much energy taking down Vitality yesterday, and obviously they've been thinking about that for months. That's all they've been trying to do. They finally do it. It takes a masterclass game from both Exertion and Porsche. And then you've got to
Mana shu birovlarning rospisi bor Steam'da bor.
level up
Manda.
again in a grand final.
Rospis qo'ygan. Yeba 3 ta xayoshga ko'ngil berishdimi?
Against a team, while typically you've had their number this year, Spirit winning in the group stage of this very event. And none of those games being clean, none of them ever being easy for either team when these guys match up.
Tak. Chat.
What Brolin's preparing.
Nima deb o'ylaysizlar? Spirit 5 shansni yutadimi-ki, Mouz hozir prosta razminga qotdimi?
Bounty a util dropped for himself.
Pizdesiga shu Brolin, da.
Scary. He's throwing the smoke that he's worried about the A ramp push.
Shu Brolin bilan Face'da tushib qolganimda, dast o'ynagan, carry qilganim, rospis qo'yib berdi Steam'ga.
This round. Zontic's even pulling back on this B site in time as well to support Chopper.
Nima qildi Chopper?
This is the full Mouz roster moving in. The nade is ready, maybe to break the smoke.
Mouz razminga qotdi, spoil.
These two players in B are going to be looking at short. I'm pretty sure that
Ketdi
window smoke
Rasitka.
is missed.
Chopper!
On the apartment.
Yebat!
Yebat! Turishingaz ki bir falokat bo'la chiqdi insonki, oshim bir qadaming umuman yo'qman, to'g'ri.
Ahuyez. Nuruddinov rahmatdan aytishim.
Mouz on their map pick to start this one off. Second timeout coming in. Cyclone trying to calm the troops down. Torshi brings out his first AWP and has to hit.
Spirit 5 shans yutadi. Ko'ramiz.
Like we've been setting up, these two stars of the show that showed up against Vitality are required to beat down.
Kapitanni ko'rasizlarmi? Qanaqa jostki. Yebat. 3-chisini yomon o'ldirdi lekin bor.
Some whiffed shots, messy sprays.
Bile. Toza urusligi bilinib turadi. Chopper qip-qizil basharalar, tri bagatriyalar. Omberga 6 yuribdi shu Chopper. Oy, xayashkami? Ayo. Voy, Shiro timingi
Torshi knows this is a tantalizing prospect.
Yaxshi, Zvix.
Visioned right now on the promise of this opener.
Flashga berdimi? Ayo, smoke berdi. Oy.
He peeks back in with the smoke down. He still finds the
shot. Oy.
For Shiro, skewered in the sight. Mouz is dead on arrival.
I mean, we just sat on Torshi's POV for like 20 seconds. You saw how long he was holding that for. The moment he moved up the angle with Sphinx coming in, that's when Shiro peaks.
Давай, Zontics,
and
minus
that is
bit.
peak frustration for Mouz.
The net is closing, flank is
Yaxshi.
in. Might not be required.
Don't ko'rdi.
Spirit come gallivanting for the kills.
5 shansov.
Brutal scenes.
5 shansov o'ynashotdi.
Shiro 11 and 2.
9-3 perixod bo'lishi mumkin da.
We're even seeing Sway look more comfortable as well, willing to take fights, not sit back on his laurels. A player who every game he's played after Spirit says yes.
Shiro pizdes apod o'ynaydi lekincha. Shironi bor, har bitta move bor, chiroyli-da, chonslami. 5 anaqa ashkasiz o'ynashga harakat qiladi Shiro. Va shu oldin Gambitda o'ynagan-u, keyin Cloud9 ga o'tgan. O'shatda ham shu Shiro tashqi qilardi-da. Esimda CS:GO paytida ham.
Just left clutching at straws. I mean, this is running the risk of being their slowest starts in all the playoffs thus far.
12 bo'ladi, ko'ramiz.
In that semi-final versus Vitality, but they went on to kind of return to form in that. They gave themselves enough room. The big
o'lish kerak emas, qochib ketish kerak.
Simply isn't enough. They need some degree of purchase here. They're hoping Sphinx with a hero Galil, another one of these kind of cobbled together buys, will be enough to break through the Spirit ranks.
Mouz hozir Force emas, Echo ekan-u. Bular bittasida Galil.
That's not an indictment of anyone else. Donk 8 and 3, far from problematic.
Mash xayashka zo'r ekan, ko'rasizlarmi? Prям padakni tushadi ekan.
Him in a different position for someone who's supposed to be finding themselves over towards this B site.
Could the window booster be the way in? You've got to get
Zontix
past Donk.
zo'roni deqarilas.
Piece of the puzzle. Zontix forces that
Просто
kill.
chitать qilib
And
o'ynayapti
Mouz are
o'yinni.
just getting strung out, slowed down in middle, waiting for something to come to them. Nothing is but death.
No, they haven't had the
Why?
initiative in this game. That is very much belonged to Team Spirit. Trying to claw it away with the pistols, but not a hope in hell.
Просто beshans o'ynayapti Spirit valla.
The pace has just been underwhelming for Mouz.
Just
They've
qilmayapti.
had no go-get-em attitude. They've not done any fast splits, no quick executes. Couple of times going towards B, even in weakest setups.
Ay, bani
Chopper's
asrash
holding his own
futbolkasiga.
for a moment,
Asrashtayu
every
pivo
single
ichib
time.
eli, harom.
Mouz needs some energy. Needs to be
Zontix qarayli pik
reignited
qilishini.
on this T side, because right now Spirit are just saying thank you for taking down Vitality.
Mana shu
We'll meet
Zontix
you
bilan
there.
ham tushib qolganman, Donk bilan ham tushganman, Shiro bilan ham tushganman. Spiritdagi bitta
Spirit who- oh, not again.
Spiritda ikkita o'yinchi bilan tushmaganman faqat.
Couple of times.
Chopper bilan Zivix bilan.
Lucky to be living.
Donk
Not for
ketdi.
long.
Ketdi Donk. Davay.
Donk might be low on health, but when has that ever stopped him?
Any more?
That's the thing. He's 2 kills deep already, but he doesn't feel the pressure to overextend. Doesn't feel the pressure to have to keep taking these fights in mid. The rest of his team are playing a damn good game. Donk could just ease back into this 4-on-2. He's done the hard work on the round.
This is where your closers should be reliable. Shiro should be able to shut this down. Sway still unwavering in the bomb site. And sure, Mouz get the bomb. They get to reset off of middle, but
12 perixod bo'ladi ana. Vangamsiz brat, qattan bildingiz 12 perixod bo'lishini.
Their end perhaps.
Siz stavka qiling, uyingizni tikib oling, biladigansiz.
Spirit waits.
Keyin o'zingiz
We
osib
get a
olasiz,
warning
yutuqsiz.
sign on this A site.
Aknoga smoke otamadi. Botir Elonich sanda 3350.
That's kind of already know they're not going to get an overplay here. They're going to have to go and seek their fortune. And there's Sphinx in the feed.
Yaxshi.
Jimmy out next.
Zo'r.
At the hands of the Shiro.
Zo'r. Mana Elo.
This is Spirit setting a very worrying precedent to open this grand final.
Uch minut o'raydi.
Mirage and it's not going swimmingly. Runaway success for Spirit as they lock in
Tak,
double
chat.
digits on the half.
Chat. Telegramda rozg'ish bo'pti. Mana skin. Nakleykalari ham bor. Rozg'ishga qo'shilish uchun mana Telegram silka o'tib olamiz. Rozg'ish bo'pti. Shiro bilan Donk prosta kerit qotdi bor. Endi Chopper ham o'z kerit qilib beryapti-da, chonslar. Ha, pichoqlarni qaranglar, bila. Ularning pichog'ining puliga men bitta mashina olaman-ku.
They look like they can go on forever. And it's only the first match.
My brain feels like scrambled eggs after that marathon. Seriously, how do you recover from this?
I don't know, man. Looks like a long run. We need a quick reset.
Mamnaqa skilllarni ham rozg'ish qildim.
Boys, it's only a best of 5.
Anaqasiga tashlab berdim nima edi? Yutgan odamiga mana.
Refuel yourself.
Tashlab berdim, tashladim rahmat aka. Hech qanaqa scam yo'q, bir xil double plus scam o'tgan bo'lsa, IBAN'ga aytib qo'yinglar. Hozir mana buni anaqasi bor. Timeout. Chat nimada bo'laysizlar? Hozir Spirit 3 ta karta easy oladimi yoki prosta Mouz hozir razmiga qotdimi ekan rostdan hamchi? Bunaqa o'yin emasdi. Mouz kecha Vitality'ga qarshi vashchi boshqacha o'yin o'ynagan, hozir qanaqadir slaviy o'yin ko'rsatyapti. Like'larni bosdinglar? Like'lar o'ta ham bosilmabdi. Easy oladi. Yo'q, o'ziga afterski beradim. Tilt Mouz bu qaysi davlatda bo'lyapti? Hozir bu Germaniyada bo'lyapti, brat. Germaniyada bo'lyapti. Tak 2-0 bo'ladi, brat. Bu yerda B5 ku, qanaqasi 2-0 bo'ladi? B5 da 2-0 bo'lmaydi, brat. Bu yerda 3 ta karta uchish kerak, 3-0 bo'lishi mumkin. Yoki 3-2, 3-1 bo'lishi mumkin. Kecha Vitalis 4 ta odam bo'lib o'ynadi. Ko'rdim. Rioda emasmi? Yo'q, Germaniyada bo'lyapti. IEM Cologni deb yozib qo'ygani. IEM colon. I am Kolog. Yeah, I am Köln. Köln. I am I am Köln. Kecha ko'rdim Flames o'ylamadan Vitality'dagi borib 1:18 tugatdi. Zayvu 10ga nechidir. Botir reklama bo'yicha lichka bering. Shu Telegramga botirshoT deb yozib chiqadi. Tak, Flames agent 117. I am Köln. Da, Köln. Ha, unda 3-1 bo'lsa kerak, bo'lishi mumkin. Prosta hozir birinchi karta shunda Mouz ateli chiqyaptimi? Tez harfli pechenye yeb keling, bo'ldi, brat, hozir yeb kelaman. Qo'shiq qachon tugidi bularni? Bo'ldi, boshlandi.
This grand final with a point to prove, 10-2 up. One of the only criticisms you've ever looked to levy against Team Spirit, the lack of support around Donk. Well, here they are all hitting hard. They are all playing lights out. For Mouz, this is the slowest start they've had yet in the playoffs. To say it's going to be an uphill battle to try and recover. Barrage is an understatement. It's going to start right away in this pistol round.
Yeah, looking scared, looking timid. For Mouz, the team that took down the world's best yesterday comes in quiet and cold to their map pick.
Hozir agar Spirit pistolet kanitsa 5 shans. You're Mouz Mouz koeffizient berishyaptimi?
Execute. They love this A site in this opening round. Smokes land fast and Zertion's pushed out. It's going to have to be a retake for Mouz.
Yibat pistoletga ham polni raskga qilib chiqishyapti, qaranglar.
The way you wanted it to go, but a contingency you were certainly prepared for. Retake set up, util plenty, kit for Brolin, but an immediate dink done on a Torshi. That's a nice nade kill.
Bomb denied. Back again.
Bomba qo'y.
They changed the spot. Back in spawn. More dinks land for Spirit. Damage done.
3 katta kelishyapti.
You wonder if they're going to try and set Donk up to fight for this CP control. He's got Zway here to back him up. They end up kind of tagging each other and strung out in no man's land.
Ashipka.
Looking for that first step in the marathon comeback. The pistol round, the first requirement, and they haven't fallen down.
Shiron qaranglar, kod KD'sini save qildi.
Round secured.
KD'sini save qildi Shiro.
Yeah, they're going to drag themselves back to shore on this CT side. And sure, we've seen a lot of comebacks in this tournament. Some one-sided halves close up very quickly. But nothing's guaranteed till you get Spirit on Eco. This force is coming in.
Agar Mouz comeback qilsa, nimani rozыгрыш qilamiz? $30 skin rozыгрыш qilamiz.
Mouz can use the crowd's energy. Spirit drown it out. A cold and unwavering machine. Uninterested in what the people want.
Yo, bilmayman, Sierra ne Falcons qatnashmayapti turnirga.
Now you know when it's a Spirit force buy, you can never get too ahead of yourselves.
Menga bering rozыгрыш qilgandan ko'ra.
Interesting note, it's Sway with the Galil.
Donk doesn't take less than an AK.
Man, high standards and fair enough.
Rostdan Galil nega Donkga berishmadi Zivixda?
Gonna try and get it done with the Deeg. Spirit is setting their size on the A-bomb site once again. Brolin will be under the microscope. He's got exertion nearby. Torshi just moving around at the perfect moment. Brolin putting his pieces in order.
Retake will be uncomfortable with no utility for Mouz. They've got to thin the herd early.
Agar shu round to'sa kesaman.
Moved everyone around to the right place at the right time has Brolin, and he's got the shots to back it up. They will start to spill over, but that damage.
Flashka bersa kirib ketsa, flashka ichiga. Flashka.
Six and Chopper both low, both wounded, and as exertion hides in their stairs. That was supposed to be the Mouz's advantage.
Oh dear.
The rest of Mouz move in and will make up for it.
Comeback ma deyman, chat.
They recover that. No weirdness. No Spirit forced by win.
Torshi 3K sets him up for an AWP very soon here for Mouz. It's a good sign if they're going to believe in the comeback on their map pick.
Bir naxu apaga turnirda. Bir. Bu yetqimalaring.
A team that would love to make this clean, blown out of Katowice final against Vitality.
Esdachi men Mercy men yutib olganman, lekin men BMWni fanatiman bolalar.
Competitive game. They're here to make a statement.
TILIDA qani? Ketdi TILIDA.
They're here to do what was done to them. For that,
comeback mi deyman rostdan ham? Bir shans qo'shatdi endi.
Mouz do the housekeeping.
Apaga turnirda podonizmda.
I mean, look, this is the first streak of rounds that Mouz have been able to embark upon in this game yet. You didn't fall down to Spirit's secret weapon of those 4 spies. Maybe the worst kept secret.
Yo, men podoniga apagada.
You stood the test of time there. And so now you face them in the rifle round. You're going to have a Shiro AWP.
Hozir важный rauнд bolalar. Chunki Spiritda puli yo'q. Agar bu raund yutqizsa pizdes bo'ladi. Ko'ramiz hozir.
No orb for Torshi either, and so maybe an aggressive move made here as Exertion jumps out through the window. He wants to be involved right off the top of this round. Could have matched up with Donk, who lurks in through lower tunnels, but Exertion just dodges him.
Yebach xayishga, mashina xayishga bersam bo'ladi mana. Mouz midda zanimat qilishga umuman bermayapti, ko'rasizlar.
Arguably waiting far too long to get going. And so to make a statement in this first round would be
retake qilishyapti midda Spirit.
Very important. Don coming out under pretty early. Spirit walked through the smokes.
Chatdagi negativlarni o'qib kulgim kelyapti.
Mouz preemptive with the util. It's not too bad. It's going to leave Donk on a lurk. Not typically where he's
found. Yamanni push qotdim birolim. Ayo qochib ketdi.
I mean, dude, the way this round is playing speaks to the familiarity between these squads, right? It's a trade of positions at these perfect timings. Mouz with a solid understanding of the tempo Spirit like to play at. Spirit knowing these aggression routes, these paths that Mouz look for to open up. Are they ready for a double setup in the round? That's about the best start you could have hoped for.
Voy, suka.
For a little bit more.
Yaxshi, bildi, informatsiya bor. Ikkinchi o'yin rampadaligan. Donk 2 ta minus qotdi. Davay Donk, 3-chisini yebash qil. Yo.
No problem for Donk.
Давай, братан, делаешь, Donk. Сам kuchlisan. Suda, блядь. Это Donk нахуй. Tushundingmi? Xuyet qilma.
And we got what we wanted. Donk 4K first gun round, the record breaker, the champ. Holds the MVP, the highest rated MVP for both Katowice and the major. He looks to add Cologne into that book. He looks for the trinity of trophies in Cologne, Kato, and a major. 2 out of 3 in less than 2 years on the scene. Donk's undeniable.
Жесткий bu bola. Pizdez жесткий, kotman agar. Donk qatli o'zi severely.
I mean, we've been talking about how it's felt like a real team effort for Team Spirit. It's nice to know Donk can still do that. Just take control of a round single-handedly.
Mana bola Sibirda tug'ilgan, sovuq havoda yashab, 100 pingda o'ynab, 4 millionni up qilib, keyin Spiritga akademiyasiga o'tib, Spirit akademiyasi Spiritga o'tib, hammani og'ziga beryapti.
That's what we came to see today. Mouz, eyes on middle.
Ya bilmadim, Kamuta qanday uni to'g'rilasangiz bo'ladi. Bo'ldi, float qilmay chatda, men u narsani bilmadim, menda bo'lmagan, no problema. Yutib yozib ko'ring.
And up until now, Mouz haven't minded leaving this part of the map a little more empty, but we're going to see a change here. Exertion, 5-13, having a real rough go at it to open up this grand final. He's been instrumental in these Mouz victories. You want him and Spinks to put the squeeze on mid, put the hurt on Team Spirit. They've lost Jimmy out through the apartments. And so all 3 players trying to leave the
nice try. 2-2 vaziyat.
They get past Zonte.
Ikkalasining ham ikkita o'yinchisi low
hopper. Comeback with a hope of it. This is the lifeline. Being grabbed by Team
Давай, Shiro, делаешь?
They can pull it away here.
Otomaskan, Nogron.
On their opening pick and Mirage. Op shot for Shiro sails past this way. The new boy in the Spirit jersey waiting back in market, waiting for his time to strike, is caught out. That's where Shiro has to show him how to...
Overcooked! And Torshi, just a sigh of relief. There's no celebration for Mouz, no business to win that round. He misses his shot, and it's the fire that engulfs Team Spirit.
Who let Shiro cook?
Burned.
Nima qildi bu hozir?
That's no CT Molly, I'll tell you that. Rough one to lose. Will it mean anything?
Prosta men buni omadi keldi, hozir ham Torshinichi.
Because if I'm going off of history between these teams, that's the exact kind of round that will break Mouz back in and make this a competitive game once again.
Mana bir xudo xolasa mana shunaqa joylarga chiqib bir o'ynarmikin mana chat nima deysizlar, orzuligicha qoladimi yoki Dash orzum ham Dash orzum ham ishonmasa kerak o'tga chiqishingga.
Both teams are all in.
Yoki xudo xolasa bo'lishi mumkin hamma narsa.
So the winner of this takes a 2-for-1 for Spirit. That could be the end of Mirage. For Mouz, it's the promise, it's the hope that they can save themselves on Mirage.
Tinch nima gap, Sariq?
Spirit looking a little more decisive in their opening
Uydagilar
setup. They've got
qiladi.
4 players over in the apartments, and you can see that Chopper, after throwing that mid-utils, moved back round to join them. This is a B play, and Mouz ready for that. This is a real change of pace coming their way.
Donkda minus ko'ramizmi? Yo'q, Sphinx kot ekan.
Lone player left.
Agar hozir Mouz qilsa, yuzimni qop-qora narsaga bo'ya olaman.
Also's come in very quiet alongside Exertion, but that's a huge double kill. Stopping the tip of the spear into that B-bomb site in that important round you set up. That round that opens the game back for
Mouz. Smoke'dan ot olishmadi. Tak. Qaysi o'yinchi o'ynayapti? Shuni o'rniga keyin kartaman kiraman.
Miss smoke, and so Mouz don't lose any info. They sit back, they wait to finish what Sphinx started.
O'zi qorasan-u, kerak emas vashshe. Ko'rmaysan.
Unclearable position.
Yeah, putting him up in this boost and then having Jimmy play in this like long angle. There's no way you're getting into B. Even though the bomb's making its way around now, Zontic still looks curious to give something a try here.
Oh,
he's gonna fall on the cross. I didn't even think they wanted to play that round.
That was done.
Save qilishotdimi deyman-a.
Kill into the B site. Can't find his escape either. Mouz traps.
Bile comeback bo'ladimi deyman-a.
7 rounds with 5 alive. Now there's a shot.
It's a huge pickup, and what a time for Sphinx to get activated, right? It's been him and Exertion kind of having this rocky start for Mouz. But putting up 2, and it's Donk that he stops first on that sprint out through the apartments.
Let's go, Mouz! Let's go, Mouz! Let's go, Mouz! Let's go!
5 alive round, no less, and heading into that last one against both teams with money on the line. A 2-man save for Spirit means they cobble another buy together. You've seen this eagerness to always bring something into the round. It's what Donk in this team kind of enables you to do, to remain competitive, even when you're scraping the bottom of the barrel for a buy.
Stolnamadan tunikadan.
This is no longer what Spirit wanted. A nice quick
Esa
easy
yibba
get
man
into
bu-chi.
this VO5 final. Reality sets in. They're going to have to work for this map. Oh, they've done it once before. This is still a grudge match. This is still a game. Spirit are looking for revenge. After that Austin quarterfinal, denying them yet another run in a major.
Bugun Fizit ko'ramizmi? Fizit bo'lganmi?
The only trophy that eludes
them.
Last year, this team went out in last place at Cologne.
Agar Mouz comeback qilsa,
quite the return to form. 30 seconds here. Spirit setting their sights on B.
Oh, it's an awkward spray for Jimmy.
Давай, давай.
Not the start he wanted. Spinks
Yaxshi,
the
3-3.
fast again to multi-kill, but it's Chopper's
Yaxshi.
run. Oh god, in through the back.
Делаешь, брат, делаешь.
On this rotate.
You can't rotate here.
And now they're trapped. There's a reason they call this the murder hole, and Chopper might have to teach them that lesson. Roland trying to come up with a way to get through. Angles the molly around that corner, banks it
Bile
into
az 2 kere
Chopper.
tekib ketishadi devoru.
It's wasted a lot of time. Donk's been put up on this boost, and Shiro watching on from the car. Mouz having to make their mind up. Do they want to give this a go, or did Chopper just waste so much time they can't even consider it?
That's
soqol qo'ydim, qalay, normalniy.
They give it a go, try and go fast back through market together, but Tal thrown in, Spirit allowed to graduate to 12.
Zo'r bolalar, 12-raundni oldik, bo'ldi. Bitta raund olsak bu kartani olib ketamiz.
Right now in defensive B, putting up round after round. And here on the T side, demanding a window boost.
Zo'r, mana shu raundni bitta raund olaylik bo'ldi.
Entries into B, capitalized upon. Spirit hold map point on Mouz pick.
Ugrimaskam, yo brat, mashinamni oyini. Ana qolma, yuzimga surtolma. Chiba choper qotgan shuni qara.
They're loving that.
Yeah. Nice for Zway as well. This
Bilmadim brat, stream qiladimi? Titangel yuzga suryapsizmi-da, Titangel suroma.
The pressures that come with the grand final and playing some of his best CS yet.
Yo, men 4000 up qilgandan keyin kalga oldiraman deganman. Agar 4000 up qilsam.
We didn't even know wanted to in-game lead, switch to this role. Have to jig things around on the T side, but still looking like he can hold his own as an individual with Chopper. He's a player who's been at the top of Counter-Strike for such a long time across multiple rosters, making major runs with rookies.
Let's go, Spirit.
This is Spirit hunting for the W. Spirit looking for the win. And even though it becomes a bit more labored than that initial 10-2 scoreline,
hozir yana ozgina moydan suring, mashinam motorini moyib oldi.
Mouz felt truly in this opening map.
That was their chance, right? Breaking the money of Spirit. That was meant to be the way in for Mouz. Immediately responded by a force buy. Spirit's aggressive purchase sets them up. And a scoreboard I've just never seen for Spirit. A full team game. No weak link in sight. Everyone holding their own. Donk 1 kill above the rest. And Zway been reliable in his positions while 11 and 11.
Anaqada alpi bor ekan, Mouzda alpi bor ekan.
Right now about this Spirit second half.
Voy, like kiyimga to'kildi-yu. Kiyimga to'kildi, ko't bo'ldi.
Playing this very slow, asphyxiating style as well, where only every now and again do they throw in.
Oy, yaxshi. O'ldirvor. Voy, bichiganim.
Mouz are full of uncertainty. They don't have a huge degree of confidence
Yaxshi
on this
Chopper.
map yet, and Chopper
Birga kirishyapti shortdan. 3 ta short kiryapti, bitta bodom. Zo'r mo'lik, kichik mo'lik, 3 ta mo'lik otishdi aninga. Ani yonmayapti.
I certainly think this is clear. What a check from Donk! Why would he be looking there? 3 Molotovs to flush out Jimmy, and he still gets cleared. He thought he had the element of surprise. He thought maybe he could be the golden ticket, but no. Spirit have swarmed over Mouz on Mirage.
Zo'r suda, blять. Easy birinchi karta bolalar. Easy birinchi karta.
And they're doing it as a team. Chopper is savoring this moment. He played like a beast. It's lights out.
Donk yomon ko'rdinglarmi, chat?
Next to every cathedral is a graveyard. Mouz's Mirage buried 6 feet under.
Tak. Shit, pizza chiroyli kirib ketishdi, bor. Bo'ldi, men bugundan boshlab meni botir negr desanglar bo'ladi. Короче, Telegramda rozыгрыш ketyapti endi kirganlar uchun. Mana Telegramda men bu anaqada kanalda rozыгрыш ketyapti. Bular bitta qo'lda ishlataman, sas ekan mana. Men bu skin rozыгрыш bo'lyapti, chat. Kirib shuni участвовать qilib ko'rsanglar, hozir 2 soatdan keyin tugaydi menimcha anaqa rozыгрыshi. Mana ссылкасы sizlarga ссылкасы. Ikkinchi karta 10 minutdan keyin boshlanadi. Ikkinchi karta 10 minutdan keyin boshlanadi. Hammani chiqib ketgan kod. Bitta rasmga olinglar avatarkaga. Bilayman taxir ekan bir. XLTVda yozing qayting. Nimani yozing? Talboy bile. Ungacha nima qilsak bo'ladi, chat? Ungacha nima qilamiz? Screen qilsa bo'lmaydimi? Yo. Rostdan ham yuziga aniq surdi o'ylamaylar, ham surdaman. Yuzi qoraytirib nimadir laqab o'g'ri-po'g'rini yo'q qiladigan-da. Ungacha bitta face qoqish kerak. Go bulldrop accountim yo'da brat. XLTVda rasm borda, bolalar qarang rasmim neger bo'lgan u payt, neger. Asli ko'rsataman. Tak. Qaranglar. botirshoT. Rasm qarang, neger. Toza neger. Face ishlayotdim bo'yicha sanda. Oz ko'racha face ishlayotdim. Tak. Yo'q, face ishlamayapti menda ham. Nima sizda xiltib no team? Chunki hozir benchdaman-da, o'ynamayapman hech qanaqa komandada. Chunki no team turibdi. Nima sababdan ishlab bilmadim. Kim yutdi Mirajda? Spirit Dong Shiro ikkalasi qoqlashadi. İkinci karta nima ekan? Bitta ko'raylikchi match. Tak, Spirit Mouz. Tak, ikinci kartamiz Ancient ekan. Uchinchi karta Nuke, to'rtinchi karta Overpass, beshinchi karta Train. Mana shu Traingacha borishmasa kerak. Attack depo dedi to'g'rimi dedi. Spirit yutdi. Go bixop o'ynab turing. Hozir o'ynaymiz. Birinchi KSga kirish kerak, keyin yuzim yuvishim kerak bular. Kutib turasizlarmi? 6 sekund. KSga kirib oling. Keyin yuzim yuvib kiraman, hop. Ko'tmaslar. Ko'tni ko't demang, u ham bir hozir KSga kirib oling. Yuzdagi nima uchun botir? Yuzimdagi qizlar qaramasligi uchun neger bo'lib olishim kerak. Men o'z neger bo'lib to'g'rim kelardi. Hozir bixop anaqa kirib turamiz. Hozir bixop o'tamiz. Yo surf o'tamiz ham. Bixop xunya qo'ygan, surf o'tganimiz yaxshi emasmi? Tak. Case ochmoqchi edim, chat. Case'li hali anaqadan chiqqani yo'q. Trade bandan chiqqani yo'q. Bular hozir case tashinglar, uni case ochamiz. Ba'zan case tashaganlar bilan anaqa-yu. Da, gaplashib qo'yamiz Phoenix. 15 minut o'tirish kerak, yuzga surgandan keyin yo'q-ey. Qo'y. Короче, case ochdim o'sha kuni. Mana bu narsa tushdi. O'sha kuni emas, kechami? Kechadan oldin kunimi? Mana tushdi, normalmi? $12 turadi ekan. Tak. Rozыгрышga narsalar olishim kerak. Rozыгрышga narsalarim qolmadi, chat. Rozыгрыш qiling, rozыгрыш bo'lyapti Telegram kanalda. Do'stni do'st demang, u ham bir gandon. Rozgirish Telegram kanalida botib tugasin, keyin boshqa rozgirish qilaman. Mana boy o'g'il emasman, har doim rozgirish qiladigan. Ham imkon qancha turarmi ekan? Birodarni targ'iblashat hozir ko'ramiz. Yeba $20 turadi ekanmi? $20 $30 turadi ekan. Normal. Hozir bitta skinni sotdim-da Steamdan. Sizlarga shu skinni sotganimdan boshqa skinlar olib rozgirish qilmoqchiman. Nima deysizlar? Endi xuyna skinlarim ham bor, ularni ham rozgirishga tiqib tashlasam bo'ladi. So'kaslarda keyin bekorga men. Men rozgirish qo'rayim. PGL Major 2024 medal. Da, men borman. Zolotoy medal bor menda. Ben major yutganmanmi, bilmaysanmi? Yusufni qo'yib o'ynayincha qanaqa turar ekan, Yusuf rozgirish qilasiz. Yana nima rozgirish qilay? Yusuf o'zimga yo'qotdi. Men Yusufim bor, u Yusufda zayval bo'ldim-da, men Yusufim bor. Nakleykalari ham qimmatda. Buni ikkita nakleykasini o'zi $40 turadi. Bitta AP olaymi deyman, normalniy skin. AP miskin, vashi говно-da. Nima deysizlar? Mana shuni rozgirish qo'raman naq. Assalomu alaykum aka, va alaykum assalom. Dragon Lore ol, mashinamni sotsam ham pul yetmas ekan Dragon Lore'ga. Men imkonimni rozgirish qilsam ko'plab so'ka, chunki Navi'ni nakleykasi bor. Navi nakleykasini o'zi jala qancha $30 turadi. Feyz nakleykasi bor ekan, Feyz nakleykasini o'zi qancha turadi, qo'ysin. Tilla nakleykada. Chat, men yuzimni yuvib kelaman, ungacha sal chill qilib turamizmi? Kes ochaman desam, kesiflarim yo'q ekanda. Tipa bor, banda turibdi-da, ishonsizlar, ocholmayman. Ko'rasizlar. Mana shu alpa tushib bersam, mana shu alpada o'ynardim lekinchi. Keramikni perchatka berishdi, qani qaytib olaman, uni qaytib berdim. Yuziga nima surgansiz, bizlar yuzimga mashinamni moyini, motorni moyini surganman. Men bu ham vashi qichiq Yusufday bor-u. Tak. O'yin necha minutda boshlanadi? Biladiganlar bormi? Yebat 8 minutda boshlanar ekan o'yin. Bitta 8 minutda nima qilamiz? Bitba qilib sakrab turamiz, hamma hozir kelaman. Hop, shuni yuzimni yuvib kelay. Yuziga nima qildi? TikTok battle o'ynadingizmi? Yo'q. Buldrop reklama tushsa olasizmi? Ko'ramiz brat. Qancha o'ynadingiz, unda keramid bilan perchatkasida bir haftami, mumkin shunaqa. Botir negernikini yaladingmi? Hozir seni modulini olib qo'yaman shu gapingga. Botir man kecha kes sotishga qo'ydim, sotilmabdi. Qarasam yaxshi yozuvlar, Steam sizniki nareskalaringiz. Bilmadim, brat, arzonroq qo'yishingiz kerak, chunki qimmat qo'ygan bo'lsa, shunga sotilmagan bo'lsa kerak. Tan. Ancient vallahi, ancient.
Spirit was able to eke out to win. So
Az kelaman, shuni yuzimni yuvib kelay.
confidence or get too down on yourself if you're Mouz.
Well, there's a few things that has to change, you know. Exertion has to
TILIDA
find more impact.
Nuke
Tosi has to
TILIDA
be part of the
qo'yaylik.
game. He was not involved in a single opening kill or a single opening duel in the first 16 rounds of this game. So as much as he's like the moral impact of the guys, as much as he wants to hype it up, he was a non-factor
YouTube
whatsoever
boshlanadi
with
ekan, chat.
AWP. You cannot have that happen if you're Tosi. You cannot have that happen if you're Exertion. We brought up the argument that if Dunk is not opening up the rounds, then no one else will do it from Spirit. Same could be said here. If Exertion didn't do it on Mirage, which he was trying over and over again, no one else did it. So I was a little bit disappointed in Tosi, and that has to change on Ancient.
Spirit with an absolutely flying start to this best of 5 grand final, and their map choice lays in wait. It's going to be an uphill battle for Mouz because it's Ancients after this.
From humble beginnings in Hanover to greatness in Katowice, our journey is our legacy. As we arrive at what we thought was our peak, we instead discover a whole new chapter.
Right, then, left. That's the shot. Oh, forgot my keys. I'll cover you. Flashbang. Oh my, what the Don't worry, Bob. I got your back.
Here at Face It, we try our hardest to get you the best POVs. Faceit.com/watch.
The man, the myth, the legend, 2-time major winner, Fallen. Ooh. All right, well, look, we're here for one reason only. It's to eat. It's lunchtime. Let's get into it. What flavor are you after? We've got a bunch here. We got doner kebab, chicken burritos, sweet and sour, broccoli and cheese and ham, chicken, cheese and croutons.
I think I'm gonna go broccoli and cheese or cheese and ham.
Cheese. I'm gonna scold your hand here. This is the keyboard arm there, right? So we're all right.
If it goes wrong, it's the keyboard hand.
There we go. Oh, he's going with the chopsticks. All right, I like it. Look, there's a lot of debate about this, right? And the modern Counter-Strike players, your Donks, your Monacies, your Kiyosukes, they look like freaks. Like, I watch their VODs of Face It, and they look like absolute animals. People are debating, is Zywoo the new GOAT? Is Simple still the GOAT? Do you think one of these kids who I just mentioned will overtake any of those names? What do you make of the modern breed of the superstar Counter-Strike players?
You know, if one thing that I learned over the last years is that someone is always going to surpass something that you expect to not be surpassed. Like I won those tournaments 16, 17, Fermi a joke. You guys can only dream of the men of titles we have, like all the picture and trophies, you know? 1 year later, 1 year and a half later, Glaive and Creo has 4 majors and like they're laughing at us. And then we see Simple, like nobody ever touched Simple.
Yo, kola ichaman deb ani iban chiqirib zayba qildi Instagramda.
And then as soon as you see Zywoo and Simple, suddenly new kid Donk. This first tournament he played, I don't know if it was Cologne or not. There was Katowice, right? Yeah. He played a tournament.
Kotla. Chiqib ketibdi Kotla. Nechta odam chiqib ketibdi, Kotlalarning hammasi chiqib ketibdi. Bo'ldi, mujiylar qolibdi.
So yeah, I think people are always going to surpass. Most of the time they're going to surpass expectations.
Modric qoldimi?
Kids, they might surpass him, but take a lot of
осуждаю.
Because he's doing a lot of work.
Snickers ima.
All right, thank you for your time.
Yo.
Thank you, appreciate it, bro. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the noodles.
Hammaga yoqimli ishtaha. Chunki qorin yeb ochdi bola. Hotlanch. Tinchmi? Da, hotlanch.
Hello, I'm Zway and I joined Team Spirit in the
Salam botirshoT. Va alaykum assalom. Tinchmi? Tinch, brat. Yo, tinchmas, tinch qilvering. O'zi anchadan beri tinch yo'q edi. Da, hamma hozir siyishga chiqishga ketdi-da, hozir qaytib keladi hamma.
He told me before major that spirits are interesting to me.
Urmut qopdi-yu. Chat, kimda qizi bor chatda tez plus tashasan?
80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80%. 80% it's a really big difference between top 5 team and 30 in like in game. I think
BotirshoT Facet'dan qanday chiqarsa borsa bo'ladi. Ikki qilas. Tak. Hech kimning qizi yo'qmi? Hammanglar menga o'xshagan. Sevgidan kuyganmisizlar deyman.
I don't think I feel that much pressure because I was already in friendship.
Kakashi akasi bor ekan. Kakashining akasi qizi bor ekan. Savol. Oyiga qancha rasot qilasiz qizingizga? Просто честно ayting. Jasurbek o'yin boshlandi, уже brat. Ben vermedim YouTube'ga. Eski o'ynaydigan bolalarning qizi kamdan kam bo'ladi. Endi professional o'ynaganda-da, lekin nechta bola og'aynim KS o'ynaydi, lekin qizlari bor. Misol men o'ynayman KS, misol vaqtim ko'p KS ketganligi uchun mening qizim yo'q. Chunki men unga vaqt ajrata olmayman, choslam. Chista vaqtim yo'q. Uni oldim kelib turib, sneakers yeyman, deb o'ynaymiz, bitirib yuboraman-da, asam tegandan.
Spirit set their sights on the silverware. Mouz's map pick passes them by.
Rostdan-da kim bilan ko'rsam, qaysi o'yinimni ko'rsam yaxshi ko'rib qolgan bo'lsa, u qiz yaxshi ko'rib qolgan bo'lsa, onasini emsin qo'tiga turziga ola olmasa ham shu qizga любой narsani olib beradi-da. Quyet qilaman. Prям quyet qilaman.
It's a war of attrition, but only if you can survive. And that fight for survival, well, that's
ikkinchi karta boshlandi.
Mouz learned the hard way that you can't start slow in the Cologne Grand Final. Spirit are playing with confidence.
Sekundamir ketdi bolalar.
Looking like an uplifted team, and so quickly the moment you've always dreamt of can pass you by. Your dream.
Aka shaftoli bormi?
Acher bor, brat, necha kilo bering? Qizim bo'lganda string ko'rmasdim. Fakt, to'g'ri gap gapirdingiz. Qizingiz bo'lganda bu hayotda уже Let's go!
Was that win v Vitality all for nothing? Spirit coming in hard and fast to this grand final. Point to prove.
Oh, and they might come in with the pace and the pistol too. Looking to embody in this round what they did back on Mirage. It's
Donk'tan minus ko'ramiz ham. Oy oy oy. Oy oy oy. Jinnisan, sen jinnisan. Sen bu o'yinni o'ynab, voy, o'zini qotib qo'ydimi?
And Mouz have nothing to play for.
Well, we know it's a comfort map for Spirit. We know it's where they do some of their best work. It's a map Mouz haven't won in 3 months. Even lost to Spirit in the group stage. It's not a good sign when Don comes through cave into a triple setup and rids
Chat menga qiziqdi. Mana shu Donk, Simple o'zini hayotda qanaqa his qilarmikan? O'zini misol uchun dunyoda taniqli insonda. KS bo'yicha ham endi bavaramda. O'zini o'ynayotganida, misol uchun Face o'ynayotganda, men o'ynayotganda qanaqa his qilib o'ynarmikan? Menga shu qiziqchi o'slam. Qandoq bo'lar shunaqa o'ynadiki, ularning miyasida nima, tipi qandoq ayimi, qimillashi, vashye bilay chonslam.
In Counter Strike, Vitality were the ones that shook this team up, that shook them to their core in how one-sided that BO5 was.
TILIDAdan sal ko'proq tikkanman Mouzga, brat, oqibsiz unda.
First, the Shiro's playstyle, getting him a lot more involved and active on the AWP.
Mo'ylov qanot tashadim.
After a lackluster finish at the major for a squad that are aiming for trophies, they make the change of removing Magics from this lineup, bringing in Zwei. Donk's hot prospect. Another exec into this beast.
Big split botda. Man labim qanot.
Here for Team Spirit. Mouz might just have to throw in the towel immediately. I've got nothing to contend with this B control. Long taken. A wide swing could offer up something here, but Spirit smoke it off. They shut the door this time.
Yaxshi, easy B. B'da ayo, keyfli игрок bor ekan-ku.
Mouz are given no runway to take off. Even that bomb plant delayed. None of this matters. The round is already decided.
Keyfli игрок bor ekan. Yüz yuvib keldingizmi motor?
Something I'm going to be keeping an eye on here is I kind of want Mouz when
Xuyna xotinim ikkita bolam bor. Vaqt topsa bo'ladi. Tushunmadim. Ikkita xotiningiz bor demoqchimidingiz? Tushunmadim. Nega Xuyna deb yozdingiz? Ikkita bolangiz bor, brat. Lekin rostdan ham bolali bo'lsanglar ham KS qiziq. Bilasizki, orishda bor, bitta odam aylanib keyin yana mo'ylov qani deb yozaveradi. Mo'ylov olib tashlab yaxshi qilmam. Zo'r. Spirit 5 shansda o'ynashyapti lekin taktika bilan. Dunk qaranglar, mikrofon og'zidan katta jala. Mikrofon bor, dumaloqda og'zidan katta.
There's definitely gaps available to
Katta jungan.
to come through the cave with aggression. So the Mouz have it in them to show the face that they showed yesterday against Vitality.
Abroring ham menga donat qilmaysizmi? Men pullaringizni yaxshilikka ishlatardim.
Right now it is just Wade.
Ading spetga harom yo'lga qilguncha. Oy, Jellish dong. Oy, ani smokni otib qo'ydimi?
This is a good start. There's some of that aggression we wanted though. Finding a 4v4, dealing with Donk and a lot of damage onto Zontix. This round actually gets kind of scary now for Team Spirit. Sure, they're only up against these pistols, but you're flying blind. That's a very good Molotov to allow Zway. An advantage turning kill, but it's quickly forgotten about. The bait and switch for Brolin. Now he's armed. Now he's dangerous.
Da Donk 2 metrinchi.
Gives it a go, very close. But it doesn't cut it.
Oy, boost qaranglar.
Pretty quick, boost over, thins the herd again. This one's on Chopper.
He played really
Chopper,
well
давай.
on Mirage, but it's a very tall task and spam connecting. Chopper feeling the pressure. Flicks back over, can't get a handle on Jimmy in time.
Zontix, bravo clutch.
Low on health. But he's got the bomb to play around. He hears the footsteps. He's letting Jimmy misplay.
Ебать, Zontix.
There's no time left. Zontix.
Гений, сука, гений.
And a 7 HP clutch to keep this clean for Team Spirit.
I mean, this guy is ice cold. That's his whole brand.
Sigma, da mana shu Zontix bor, Sigma.
Sits back and lets Mouz lose the round themselves. You're not going to stick that one with no kill.
Makazemi, Navidagi. Naviga yangi igрок Makaz yaxshi o'ynayapti lekin. Ancha-muncha o'yini o'zgardi Navida.
Nice try for Mouz, showing a little bit more face in that force buy, but now
Va alaykum assalom, Timur.
where they can't get swept under by Team Spirit.
Nimaga charik tinchlim?
On this map.
Toshi Zorb going to make an appearance.
Qo'rmalamam da.
Running ready to clash in cave. No one wanting to be that first.
Ha, bilan sakray o'tdan beri. Davay Zvix, sani bekorga olishmaganini ko'rsatdi. Anta Brolin turibdi. Brolinni bitta ballasiga. Oy. Mana bu bola Brolin Beshansov. Kapitanich. Rampa push qilishyapti. Oy. Zontix ham minus ko'ramiz amos. Oy, Zontix ko'rdi rampa push qilayotgan.
Chopper's punished Brolin back in cave. That cancels the aggression down through ramp.
Yeah, they don't want to get sped up on this B-bomb site. The exertion just runs into Donk. And caught by surprise, Donk never is.
Nima yuzimga so'rgan emasmi?
Lightning fast.
It's been cut in half now, right? You have no idea. You're flying blind as to middle as to what's happening.
Boya yuzimga so'rgan maskami? Ani qora tochkalarni yo'qotishga.
So Mouz take a gamble.
Men ko'rmayapsiz, tiniq bo'lib qoldi yuzim bilan.
Want to try and face this, and that was a chance for Torshi.
Sigma boyim.
Past Donk.
Hexa can come in. Mouz are fully stacked here. We're going to have to earn this.
Floating around on elbow. But the bomb at the B doors, Spirit feel very committed here.
Are they running out? They're going to try
and go over the way. They're linking.
Voy jalab 17 sekund qoldi. 15 sekund. 13 yugur bomba qo'yish kerak. Yaxshi o'sbet qildi zo'r. Save qiladi Mouz.
Everybody's there, or at least the bulk of Spirit. The goal to make that call to rotate with 20 seconds. And that's why it's a Spirit home map.
Man, I think, you know, if you're Mouz here, one of the things you were hoping to depend upon was your ability to maybe outcall and outmaneuver Team Spirit. You've certainly seen some ugly T-sides from them at this event. But in this final, Chop has been one step ahead.
Yeah, and it doesn't help the Mouz also aren't out-shooting Spirit in any regard. Not a
Telegram o'chirib qo'y chat.
With what we got back on Mirage. Your star's silent.
Oh, yibach ilomi man bu. Ayo PV ekan. Harom chat. Bunaqa narsalarni ichish kerak emas. Hozir PV ichadimi bular?
Torshi's orb is at least saved. It gets to go again.
Nima qilishmoqchi bular, tushunmadim. Qanaqa qilib Vitality eti Spirit yutqizyapti. No, Spirit jostko o'ynayapti hozir. Otishini qaranglar, 5 shansov. Donc tashog'im qisilib qoldi. Ay. Bo'l.
Dong just constantly breaking this mid smoke with HE, but he's never even facing it. It's just making Mouz fear climbing up heaven. They do it regardless. Mid cleared, Mouz slink back. Exertion calls for the resmoke from B side, and Mouz take control. We're seeing more moves made by Mouz in this round. Right now they're paying off.
Man, Jalapski ordilar, bot nima so'ra?
That bomb's still indecisive as to where it's hoping to
Turnir hatta bot Germanyada.
Link up with Chopper here on lane. Now leave Zontix to play out a little bit later. He can either commit to this mid lurk or take the really long path around to rejoin his team.
Simple endi.
Looks like it's going to be the latter. Spirit.
Ano bitta bookmaker rekomendasiyada kazinoni anaqa uni nomini aytolmayman, birdan keladi. Uni nomini aytsam YouTube ban berishi mumkin.
Torshi's seen nothing on A. Jimmy hears nothing in Donut. And so that bit of suspicion has triggered the rotation back around from Exertion. 3 strong at the perfect time for Mouz. Spirit coming to the stack, and so this is where Mouz have to hold the line.
Oy. Razmerlar jostki. Bela Shiro hali 0 da kelmay yuribdimi? Ha. Chichvar blять. Ya Zontix buni yutsa kesaman. Yeah. Yutamaydi. Men kesaman. Nice try. Nice try.
Relief, if nothing more for Mouz. Look how hard they have to scrap just to get in this game. That was all the advantage. And even then, coming down to the 1v1 at 3-on-5, the Spirit make interesting.
Fish it off there. Get dunked. Oh, case hot shot toss. Nima tusharmikan casedan?
Spirit with the timeout.
Oh, persatga tushdi. Mana shu persatgani shu odamga berishadi, bilasizlarmi? Steam'ini aytsa tashlab beradi. Zo'r-a?
Mouz have any nerves. Their in-game leader will hopefully inspire them to step up on this stage. A team that finally took a trophy on a stage for the first time this year. For the longest time, Studio Merchants were Mouz. We need more from the rest. Brolin again.
There we go.
Does it alone. Shows his team how he wants them to stand. Double kill.
Realni yibamsizlar, men aldiyman. Men ham boshqa shunaqa deb o'ylagandim. Realni beradi.
Let's call this rotate back around on a good timing again. Has Brolin though 3 strong.
Salam alaikum.
Force this A side of the map. Torshi's orb cutting the site in 2 will deliver. something more for Mouz.
Never get ahead of yourself.
Voy, qaxlasam.
Walk through the smoke, that's punished. Spinks knows better, keeps his eye on that route to aggression. And Zontic's left as the last man. Baits the shot out of Torshi. The intrigue right now is coming from Brolin.
Tyler stream yibamisiz nima aldima?
Started this round off over in Cave. He was the guy to put that first on the board for Mouz. He'll collect their second as well. It's their captain doing the heavy lifting. That's
Boshlandı Spirit'te problemada.
For Brolin.
Excellent work for the young Swede. Kid no more on this ex-academy team.
Oh, Sarik qaraymiz.
Need to wake up. That's back-to-back rounds, one out by Brolin alone.
Catching that double again is a thing of beauty, man.
Oh, denied out middle. Spirit wanted to go. Don got stuck in the smoke.
Yeah, they were blinded. They were 5 players trying to go through that mid-smoke.
And so Donk changes out, sells a Tech 9, buys up a Deeg.
Shapalatski orz mikrofon oldu bo'ldi.
He could go back and trade onto the Deagle.
Knows what he wants.
Uzr. Bilganim yo'q, hech eshitilayotgan. Legan Spirit'te Echo.
Lane locked out. Brolin in the position to stop the spillover. And while Spirit run back through spawn, they won't remain there.
U pivo emas, idishlarini bir qilib chiqyapti. Hammani idishini bitta qilib chiqyaptimi? Shu ichi bo'lgan pivosini idishini bitta qilib chiqyotgan ekanda. Donk peshatkasi qancha turadi? 40 mingmi shunaqa turadi Donk peshatkasi.
Can't ignore the struggles that Exertion has had in this grand final so far. It was a slow start back on Mirage. He's 0-5 here, but this might be his round to finally have some impact. He's been waiting for it. Shaky on the first, but he lets his
bittasini zo'rg'a o'ldirdim, ha?
Faith in Jimmy to stop this spillover.
Doesn't get bogged down on that first player. Knows he's just pathing deep into the bomb site. Jimmy has his back. Xertion still gets 2. Hopefully waking up now, Mouz find 3 in a row on this CT side after some very clinical rounds from Team Spirit. They call out their second timeout. Already not gone to plan for Spirit. They wanted more.
Da vaqtida 4 ming dollar turadi deb qo'yishadi, keyin ko'tarib ketdi. O'yinchilar bizga gaplashib o'ynayapti.
Bring Spirit back into this game. It's Cyclone hopefully reiterating.
Ba'zi pro igroklar skilllarni ijaraga olishni bilarmi dedilar. Dahoy pro igrok ijaraga skill oladi. Dragonlar qanaqa turadi? Endi qanaqa kashlarligiga bog'liq-da. 14 mingdan boshlanib 14 mingdan boshlanib to 150 ming, 200 minggacha.
Just that anti-scaling util from him to stop a mid-take from Mouz. Meant to make life a little easier for these players out on the lane, but with Brolin pressuring, and the game this guy is having.
Voy.
He's softened up everyone that's dead entered this area of the map.
Chopper.
He's even got Exertion nearby, ready to swing out through heaven. This is a pretty potent.
Ibach Hayeshka. Donk hatta, Donk nima qilyapti? Shuncha qiy balasini yortashda bo'lmaydi.
With Chopper already so low. Util comes out to try and make life a little easier.
Donk midda turibdi, hozir chiqadi midga. Oy. Yugurib o'tib ketdi, ko'rdinglarmi?
At the back of the head for Mouz, they're worried about Don coming out elbow, and they won't be wrong in that assumption. Exertion's moved out of middle. He's realizing there's a gap, and of course, Donk has taken it.
Donk o'z bitta o'z midga chiqyapti.
To move into Donut. Meanwhile, entry up B. Spirit look to speed up the pace. Donk is left in.
Seviyq minus qildi, bekat ketyapti, zo'r. Ey, nima qilyapti bular?
Brolin keeps the pressure on, and Mouz flood this bomb site. Donk might not play a factor as
Ashka. Prosta xuyna o'yin qilishyapti. Nimaga bitta o'yinchi midda ketyapti-da, 3 ta o'yinchi kayfi pik qilmasdan Bittasi bomba qo'yyapti, bittasi keyf oldi, turibdi, bittasi o't ketmoqchi, u birga bir pik qo'tab olib, shuni ikkalanchi qilib razmin qilib Shiro yibanmi? Mana hozir ko'rdinglar, bitta o'yinchini o'zi o'tmoqchi. Mana bitta Shiro turibdi. Shiro o'tib ket, nimani qarab turibsan, bilay.
Seeing some fight out of Mouz after all.
The longest streak of rounds they've been able to put together in this series yet. 4 in a row.
Spirit qo'rqotdi-da.
Can they sweeten the deal as it's just these pistols on Team Spirit? I don't think Donk liked being left out of the picture in that last round, so expect a bit more of a focus on him here.
Spirit qo'rqib o'ynayapti, как будто, chat.
Him and Zway gonna try and walk into the red room. Exertion. It's tricky. Tech9's flood him down. Now an AK into the ranks of Spirit. Donk mid-air.
Blять.
But Mouz had the numbers. They were ready to contain.
Qiynalib o'ldirishdi lekinchi.
And they could find themselves in the lead. They just have to stop this. Zontic's chopper.
Motor Spiritning treneri o'zidan aqllini yasab olganmi? Donk double yoki triple kill qilmasa Gagaku. Unda.
Grouping for red room. They've given up a lot of control everywhere else. And they're not liking sitting still in the silence of this round. They're going to group up and maybe look to clear mid together here.
Info is everything. Figuring out where Spirit are coming from is the name of the game. Smoke is a middle finger to Zontix. Let's try and find out what's going on.
Simple, Kyosuke, Donk. Yana kim? Yana shunaqa top igroklarni olib turib bitta komanda qilsa, zo'r komanda bo'ladi desanglar, adashasizlar. Chunki har bitta komandada o'zini kimyasi bo'ladi. Bunaqa hamma o'yinchilarni, zo'r o'yinchilarni olib kelganlar zo'r bo'lmaydi. Misol uchun Vitality'ni qaranglar.
Not something you've had to worry about yet if you're Spirit.
Yeah, I want to see Donk get out middle here for Team Spirit. He's been pretty tamed on this T side, just going slowly, playing late timings. Sometimes
Fikringiz Donk Falcons ko'tadimi? Yo'q, Kyosuke bor Falconsda qaq qo'tadi Donk. Donk maksimum Naviga o'tishi mumkin. Naviga olmaydi Donkka. Chunki u Rossiyalik-ku.
When they found 2 rounds on their T side. Missed red smoke though, bit of a disaster if Donk does decide to swing out this time. Full blindness in the molly, Donk hits released, but Mouz just take their plunder and they get out. He is a nightmare right now for Spirit. He is sucking their soul out of the server.
Brolin просто keyfdan chiqib o'ldirib ketyapti hammasini.
Brolin gets out. And he's going to fully shift away out through mid. Him and Exertion. Know they've cleaned up the mid component. And they know where the rest of the fights lay as well.
Mouz play retake. Spirit can't attempt a last ditch split back through Donut. They have no leg room. Forced to finish on this B-bomb site where Mouz await them.
Toshi's up on this line and Spinks here to back him up. Spinks, one of the first guys to kind of get activated alongside Brolin in this game. And Brolin, even now in like the dead of this round, in a 4-on-3, he's still making the plays that really shore up the defense. He's pushed all the way through main. He's got the info for the squad that this is the B hit. And so Mouz don't move a muscle. They know they've got Spirit right where they want them.
Chewed up, spat out by Exertion.
Bilan Spirit qo'rqib o'ynayapti.
And suddenly Mouz are a part of the conversation.
Birinchi o'yinmi, ikkinchi karta.
6 rounds straight. Felt like we were going to get a Spirit.
Hadi yozib qo'yman shu ikkinchi karta deb kirganlar tushunmaydi borim.
They've shrunk back in their seats.
I'm left nervous that this might be the toughest round to stop yet. It's Donk with a hero gun, and if one thing, he's kind of been a little bit bogged down in some of these mid-rounds, some of these slower rounds that Spirit have played. When they give him the hero gun, he's very much the guy to watch. They're going to do everything they can to set him up. Torshi's up on the line. A boost. Collateral of dreams for Torshi.
Get out.
of the magic fourth. It's a bomb plant, sure, but Torshi's done all the heavy lifting on this round, or so you'd like to think. Chopper dealt with.
Ебаный лакер, блядь.
And Sway, what we've said, he's been unproblematic. Not necessarily feeling the pressure of the final yet in a 1v3 like this. What can you expect the rookie to do?
Zivi agar 3ga 1 clutch olsa, sochimni kalga olaman.
Brolin's just given that up. Sway now knows where everyone is. Does that make dealing with this any easier?
Rahmat.
No. Mouz claps down upon him. And on the wings of a Torshi collateral, this lead continues to build.
And there's so many ideas for Mouz. They seem
Birinchi karta kim yutdi? Spirit yutdi.
these rounds about where Spirit are going, putting the AWP in A finally at the perfect point in the game to stop that hero AK from even getting out into the bomb site.
Timing ushandi baro.
Mouz are here to finish it. Looking for an 8 round
Face it ishladim, bilmadim, brat.
It's a disaster half for Spirit in a map they've made their home. Mouz come knocking at the door.
Brolin просто yugurib chiqyapti, bor Mouz просто qiynayapti Spiritni. Donkdan minus.
Brolin's been the stopgap for Mouz. He's been the one who in their darkest moments.
Donk mana shu 10 tomoningni qaraga ukam, shu 10 tomoningni turibdi. 10 tomoningda va ukam, mayli.
Yes, he will. That's his parting gift to Mouz at the end of this round.
Where is Shiro?
Backing off into the cave and
Tichvar suka alpini kim berdi senga? Men yaxshiroq o'ynayman bunaqa joylarda. Hazillashaman. Bugun ishlaydim Faceit bilmadim, brat.
might just get left in the dust. Tries it on the timing shot, but there's nothing in this for Shiro. Surely gets them off the bomb. But now it's all down to chance. Play through the smoke and Mouz. They will recover. Revenge, a dish best served cold.
Nice try. 8 turdimi chat. Bu qiz hamma narsani biladigansiz. Aytaman-ku, UZBEK bor ya, hamma narsani biladigansiz. Bula, ikkinchi karta хотя potni botda. Qaytada ko'ramiz. Botir aka menga Mevsuni o'yinlari yoqadi. Uni ham qaysidir komandaga olsa qanaqa yurok bo'lar ekan, bilmadim, brat. Uni o'yinlarini men ko'rmaganman. Beshta karta ko'ramiz deyman, yo'q, unaqa demanglar. No Blade. Qarang, Botir agar Kiyosaki Monesi Blade'ni qo'liga tushganda nima bo'lardi deb o'ylaysiz? Qarang, Blade shunaqa insonki, agar sizda qanaqadir skillingiz bo'lsa, shu skillni yanada kuchaytirishga o'zini beradigan insonda, shunaqa trener. Shu shunaqa trenerligi bo'lgani uchun Navida har doim qanaqa igro kelishidan qat'iy nazar, shu o'yinchilarni u juda ham kuchli qilib kuchaytirib beradigan trener. Navining treneri. Shuning uchun Blade'ni hamma legenda deydi. Tushunganlar yosh qoldi. Вообще 5 ta kartani, yo, o'zi agar 3 ta kartani bitta komand. Короче, qaysi komanda 3 ta karta yutsa bo'ldi, shu yutadi. Hozir Spirit bitta karta yutgan faqat. O'yini yoqardi shu jail ki oz dam oladi. Chopper buncha qari 32 yoshmi Chopper? Abuni oldiga bormay qo'ysa, yo'q, kecha ko'rishdi, abu bilan kecha yo'lda ko'rib qoldim abuni. Vitality zo'r babur. Vitality vasha zo'r o'ynayapti, hozir yutqizib qo'ydi-yu. Qo'lidagi yashil narsa nima u? Qo'lini isitib beradi. Agar 2,5 ta yutsachi unaqasi bo'lmaydi, brat. Og'zingga sig'maydigan tiqonmanda. Qanday Mouz yutqazishi mumkin Vitality? Okay, Mouz kuchli o'ynayapti hozir. Pulinda qo'ya bo'lsa kim olarding komandaga? Pulim daxoy bo'lsa sekin kelib tashlab ketaverardim. Biroq solo face up qilish qiyin, 7-leveldan 10-levelga qiyin biroq.
Mouz don't scurry away from the bright lights. They show up here on Ancient. They give us a game. 8 rounds straight on CT.
Mana berishdi, nima berishayotgansini? Berishadi. Kimdirlar bermadi otida bilan. Chat bilmasanglar gapirmanglar, chunki mana boshda bu narsani ko'rib chiqaman. Keys tushganda berishadi, bu pershetga berishadi. Magix o'ynamayapti, Spiritdan ketdimi? Spiritdan Magixga qilib zivi qolishdi-yu.
Yeah, and it all started with Brolin uplifting his team. It was a string of multi-kills from Mouz's.
Arenada ko'rish boshqachada. Amibali pivichos.
Get switched online, but slowly but surely the
Donk mikrofon ishlamayapti.
usual suspects start to appear around him. Spirit, a new challenger approaches here.
Donk mikrofon ishlamayaptimi deyman.
One awake in time for Ancient.
Okay, nima face ishlamayapti? Okay, qatdan bilaman, face kompaniyasida ishlaymanmi?
Maybe they were just
Ochgan odamga beradi, pershetkanda dedi.
Lulled Spirit into a false sense of security.
Bunaqa pershetka qo'yadi uchunda.
That 4-0 lead felt like the beginning of some dominance here for Spirit, but
Zonic или Blade.
you said
Donc
earlier,
nee xafa, goeie snaid.
a final
Can I get Jorge?
is also equally hard to run
Iba.
through it dominantly.
Ashi Israiliylarni yoqtirmayman, shu bir balasi bir ursenda bor.
To last year,
Men bilan pivani bakalni halam yig'ib yuribdi.
Rio over phase.
Voy, yebat pivani bakallari.
this idea that this was the Spirit T-sides they were expecting. This was more
Ah, qo'ye, shuncha piyonista bor ekan. Zalda shuncha piyonistlar o'tirgan ekan.
You got to play against it on your terms.
Boshqa pershetkani ham bor.
For this Spirit squad. Their resilience and their
Eng slabi igrok qaysi bo'ladi nima deb o'ylaysiz? Eng slabi igrok bu yerda men uchun Brolin. Lekin hozir shu zo'r o'ynab beradi. Eng slabi igrok bu yerda Zontix. Ayo. Kim aytsam ekan bile. Donkey balasini ochib yubordi. B'ga chiqib ketishyapti. Ana Zivi 3ta minus beryapti. Az chatda bittasi aytdi, nimaga Zivi qolishdi deb. Mana nimaga. Aga yugurishyapti.
They're panicking, they're running that rotation quick. Chopper already knows before Mouz make the decision where they're ending up. Exertion took down Donkenshiro to start this round. Himmen's way, Chase and Ace. Bomb getting planted, Exertion peeks out for more.
Zivi hozir minus ko'ramiz ham. Oy bilan, nice try, Brolin. 15 ga 7 yuribdi. Ikkita kapitani klachi. Ikkalasining kapitan.
Clash of the smarts behind these teams. Brolin's trying to toy with Chopper.
Oo, Chopper yutdi. Ikkita kapitan siklashda Chopper yutdi.
Gets Spirit on the board in the second half. He's here to silence that crowd. He loves the booze. Spirit.
Nega zal deyapti? Smoke chiqish base flashga unlucky. Endi round shunaqa edi.
Without Donkenshiro, Zway finds a way. That is the worst way to lose though for Mouz, to get those entries so cleanly and still run through a B-smoke. Spirit don't even get to rotate.
Chat like 2 ta qo'ysa bo'ladimi? 100 ta ham qilmaganmisizlar hali. Ayushda qilsaydi.
Mouz's best opportunity to make this a clean one. Gone with the wind.
Feels like one of those rounds where you're already committed to the call on the other half of the map. Exertion can exceed the wildest expectations.
Oy!
Oh, he is.
Push down through ramp and Exertion.
Ошибка.
He's got the hero gun.
Voy, через 8 Shiro'ni o'ldirib yubordi.
Familiar with, and it's being used against them to devastating effect.
No time like this to show up for Exertion. It might be enough to win this round. This player
Mana nima qilyapti prostreloti? Yibami? Dalboyobmi? Ne prostrelot yotsa o'tdan beri?
make a dent to the offense.
Men tushunmadim, Spirit nima qildi hozir?
Bye means nothing.
Men tushunmayapman, Spirit hozir qanaqa round o'ynashdi?
And Donk denied the chance to play.
Getting out of your force by round with 5 alive, it's no small feat.
Donk bilan. Qatdan bilamiz hozir bu donkligini. Kamerani ko'rsatmaysizlarmi?
Choose to fill for Donk in the next round. As he
Bug
will be
qoldim.
that, will have to be that defining man to stop Mouz from running away with this
Ruslarni hech kim yaxshi ko'rmasa kerak-da, chunki ruslarni biladi eng katta natsistligini. Daxoyas natsist bilan.
save. It's so far from guaranteed. Donk, they're all coming his way. Nothing for Team Spirit to work with.
Okeani achkari kiyban yeymi, emchiga shuncha kattami? Jalar, avto biza case ko'ramiz, ani bittasi chatdagi bittasi asha bolani emchiga qarab o'tirgan ekan. Ya vahxo'ya bilan.
More devastating for that to happen on CT side. Even less to work with. And few chances here for Spirit to survive their map pick.
Jimpadmi na?
Look to split the difference.
Shiro 3-11 yuribdimi?
Crowd here are asking, where is Shiro?
It's a good question.
3-11 on Spirit's
Shiro 3-11 yuribdi. Bala Shiro yetishmayapti lekin hozir.
usually one of the guys that can keep pace. With Donk up top of the board, it was him refreshing his play style, getting more and more output that was meant to make Spirit a force to be reckoned with. Well, he's nowhere to be seen in this final yet.
Bro, chap.
Aggression out into the cave, Brolin with the entry.
Chiroyli ayim ko'rsatdi bratishka. 18 ga 9 yuribdi. Birovim bor-ku. No, naxoy Donkdan.
That is a gun to Donk, and you never want to arm this dude. But do Mouz avoid him entirely? Looking into that B bomb side right now, they play defense. They play to stop Donk from getting.
Oy, Donk.
Easily. 2 kills at range.
Bo'ldi, Donk bilishadi qatda, lekin Donk o'ldi. Bam.
It's a good grenade. It opens up a path on A.
Endi hozir A'ga yugurishadimi?
I mean, Toshi thinks to himself, we get it. The guy's good at shooting, but dodge this. Backstab out for Zontix as he tries to replicate the Donk move out through Red Room, but it doesn't connect.
Bla, Spirit yutqizotdi. Qandoq uyushib turgan joyidan,
But I'm still getting nervous. Mouz is so tentative. Mouz is so cautious.
Smoke on the bomb.
Sizga rospis qo'ygan o'shanga.
A bit of a screen though for Spirit to try and work through. Jimmy's peppering shots. Shiro doesn't play early. Right now they're lending time to Chopper, but he's not going to find anyone.
Deyman bu karta chat.
Just perfect post-plant positions. This one feels impossible.
Toshi on the line. Waiting for a swing out. He's going to have to hit this flick on a Chopper. Won't be easy for him. And Chopper deletes him around that corner.
No kit.
They're trying to close in on these players back in Donut. It's a lot of damage dealt to Spinks. But Spirit have to play quickly here. They've got to chase down both these kills. They're making it happen.
Давай, Shiro. O'ldirsa ham vaqti yo'q o'zi. Spinks. Mouz qiynayapti-yu. Mouz yomon qiynayapti. Seni ham Vitalitini. Chat, shitlarni ko'taringlar chatda Spirit uchun. Spirit yutqizyapti, shitlarni ko'taramiz.
That would have been a shocking force by win, but without it, hope diminishes here for Spirit.
Yibalasini ko'rdinglarmi noqo?
Now's his moment to shine.
Hozir opacham telefon qilyapti. Opa. Bo'ldi tushdi hop.
Full eco here from Spirit. Chopper's called a Straight up stack in towards the donut. The bomb is here in mid.
Alla donutga stack qo'yibdi-yu.
Looking on has seen a shadow. It's way on the left with a bit of move.
Mouz qaysi davlat komandasi? Men adashmasam shu Germaniyaniki bo'lish kerak.
Trying to pressure his way. Spirit hope that this beckons Mouz in, but they're not taking the bait.
It's too quiet. It's too good to be true.
Bola shitla kerak Spiritga.
Spirit seldom alive. Mouz ain't buying.
Bala bu karta gagami deyman. Ha, bola boydan beri ot yotibdi. Hech kim yo'q o'tdi o'sha.
Hear all this action on like the other side of the map. Spirit start to realize now, well, they're not coming to us in donut. The plan didn't work. No point saving here. They're going to play for whatever they can.
Exits are valuable. Getting AKs for Donk. These things we know Spirit like to do. But it's pretty constricting right now. Spirit hoping that bomb pushes Mouz into them.
Kameralar ishlamayaptimi deyman-a? Kameralar ishlamay qoldimi? Qanaqa Germaniyalik bo'lsa, yevrelarni olgan. Spiritga donkdan boshqa hech kim kerak emas-da. Endi nima, Germaniyalik organizatsiya bo'lsa, nima Izraelchalarni ular naborat olishadi-yu. Bila, Shironi o'yini yetishmayapti-da hozir bor-u. Shiro yetishmayapti hozir.
He's a guy we have high expectations for. Number 3 rated player in this event.
Xerxon Spingis yevreda.
Him and Donk taking.
O, kes ochyapti. Hech narsa tushmadi jala. Gaben bilan pulni.
It's an awful time to go quiet.
Gaben pulni olib qochib ketdi bilan.
Final timeout used for Halley. Last chance to speak to the troops.
Spirit trainer aytadi. Agar hozir shu kartani yutqizsa, keyingi karta Nuke shansi yo'q dot.
They might get there first in the final. And that's where you got to give some credit to Brolin.
Makkaze haqida fikringiz, Navini yangi o'yinchisi yaxshi o'ynayapti lekin. Oxlayapti desa ham bo'ladi.
Outmaneuvering these stacks. Outmaneuvering the Spirit gambles.
Missed elbow, it landed donut. That's not really helpful here. Donk sits with a smoke in his way.
Overpass qiziqdi. Da. Oxirgi kart ekan overpass. Yo'q, oxirgi.
Here for Spirit. Mouz do want that mid control. Brolin making heaven his home. Mouz come out of elbow.
Iltimos comeback qilinglar, Papratsky.
Chopper's even feeling kind of scared of spamming these smokes. Brolin's playing so confident. You wouldn't put it past him.
Sifat xiramasimi-da, xirra bo'lib qoldi shota.
So it's very passive here from Spirit. Still dedicating 3 players towards this B site.
O'zi eng tepasi turibdi-yu.
Timer on that. Always a bit of a timer ticking down with mid empty. No info there for Spirit.
Spirit short kuda.
Donk moving around trying to pick up red room, but this splits the defense.
Lavash kerak deganlar yo'q.
And that's right as Mouz look to move in.
It's a good smoke for Donk, but he's still going to have to tussle with exertion. The 2 hard, heavy hitters here for either side.
Ketdi agar askitka, agar chiqishyapti. Zontix. Donk, qoch o'tdan.
He finds a way. He always does. 20 seconds to grab that.
20 sekund. Bombani olish kerak tezroq.
A mad scramble now, right? The bomb lost in the smoke. They're scared still about Donut. Don't have the whereabouts of these final 2 players. But Mouz will get that bomb planted. They find a way. Exertion holding up.
Yaxshi. Comeback, let's go.
A ludicrously quiet game from this guy, but an important 2-piece to deny.
Sneaker Sima.
Just keeping Spirit in the game. That's all it's about. That's all it's going to be. First step.
Wow, opaga nima bor ekan? 50 yoshli opa Mouz yozyapti.
Supplemented by Donk's double.
Donk qaraylar, smoke qotib o'ldirdimi? Yaxshi, Shiro.
Ample opportunity here for Mouz to finish what they started.
Keyin karta nima botir? Menimcha Nuke bo'ladi 3-kart.
And still far from wealthy, our spirit still far for an orb is Shiro.
Dishqala berildi. Donk. Yaxshi.
They started moving away from this, and I think that was a sign of
Bech qotdi chopper. O'lma faqat chopper.
aggression in mid. The downtime, Spinks walks all the way out through ramp. He's got Torshi here with him as well. Two players.
Yaxshi, Zivi sразу razmin qildi.
It can start to go the other way. Torshi recognizes it ahead of time. He slips out of there.
Aya ketib boshqa biznes bo'ladi lekin bor. Ada hech kim yo'q. Donk. Yaxshi, bitta minus berdi.
No business there. Mouz forced the trade. 2v3. Be occupied.
Bo'yga o'ynashadimi deymani?
And Shiro closing the net. Trying to strangle Mouz. Force them forward.
Ko'rdi rampani. Oy. Zivi, yaxshi. Shiro davay, mashina minus qil. 3ga 1 clutch olmasa kerak endi.
Jimmy P. Slipping.
Ha, tepada turibdi. Rostdan kartalar ketdi. Jimpat 2ga 1 clutch oladimi? Yo'q, qilsa o'shonmayman.
First kill found on his way to the clutch. There's one more man. It's still in the sight over at long.
Yaxshi.
Catches him by surprise. So Jimmy goes no further. Spirit continue to close the distance.
Ovozimni mutqiling, please. Mutqilolmayman-da, brat.
And what once felt like an insurmountable challenge,
Bratam, miyasi boshini ushlab o'tiribdimi?
piece by piece, is feeling more and more doable.
Zivi qaraylik. Bam, nax.
Like we were talking about these difficult T-halves, we've seen them do it time and time again. They did it to Aurora in the group stage. 10 rounds in a row on the CT side to come back and win that map in regulation. They almost
Chat
did it
2 like qo'yaylik, Pabratskiy поддержка qo'yaylik endi.
just the other day.
Bilaay 9 o'tib ketdi. Mit o'ynashyapti.
That's what Spirit are telling themselves. They know they have it in them.
Oz donk. Donk ko'rdi, qochish kerak, donk. Bo'ldi, qochish kerak.
Done it before.
Donkka po'xu, hech kimdan qo'rqmaydi. Ko'rda men balechikda bor. Yaxshi, donkdan bitta minus bor. Informatsiya beryapti. Oynaga o'tgan bo'lishi mumkin haqida.
And here's the attempt to reclear mid. It's Chopper and Shiro grouping to do so. Two players looking to claw back control.
Oy. Voy, блядь. Kinsini ibalasi berib ketdimi?
Where's the AK ended up? Here's the drop on down. Gets it retrieved. Nearly 20 kills deep in this game on Brolin.
Zonchik sen o'lma faqat.
Very much still a threat.
Pachk oynaga tushib qolgan ekan bomba oynada.
The bomb's over here in red. Donk lies in wait as the lone defender around this bomb. First shot's gonna land. Will get silenced by the P250. Low health for Shiro.
Yana jump qoldi. Voy. Yaxshi. Botir navi igroklari qancha oladi o'rtacha? Arkaretkicha. Bitta savol bering. Navi igroklari o'rtacha 15 mingdan 20 minggacha oylik oladi. Arkaretda 4 mingdan boshlab 8 minggacha, 10 minggacha oladi. Yo, 8 minggacha menimcha.
Spirit starting to believe again.
Red Room oyna deyiladi-yu. Yaxshi Spirit comeback qilsin.
It's been Spirit feeling all the pressure. Mouz haven't had to call one in. This is their first. And they're not liking these rounds. They're being given space in mid. They're getting a lot of room, but they're struggling to do anything with the space.
Israel,
Spirit are playing for the extremities. It's no longer about Donk multi-killing in mid. That gets thrown in every now and again.
Men O'zbekistondagi o'rtacha oliyni olaman komandamda. Bo'ldi, boshqa ma'lumot bera olmayman. Kontraktda aytish mumkin emas, oliyni.
More cautious on this B lane take.
Bu ham arkreda to'g'ri oladimi? Yo'q, yo'q.
Play with the same confidence. We have the full game, okay?
Cyclone trying to inspire something. Maybe that speaks to
Abu
where Mouz is
$500 oladi menimcha arkreddan.
This game is already close.
Shu content qotganiga.
Acting like they've let Spirit back in, and that's because they have.
Yeah, he can see the telltale
Kranni suvmi? Da. Vodopad suv.
Maybe starting to give them the respect.
Vodopad.
But they don't want to give the lead away.
Playing not to lose.
Bilaz, Shiro yetishmayapti hozir botgacha. Shiro kerak, Shiro.
Adage proving true here. Spirit on a 3-round streak. Shiro's orb finally enters the fray.
Oh, rough miss. And this is a huge chance for Brolin upon.
Bilaz, Shiro chiqaryapsan ukam. Oy, yaxshi. O'shani gapirib turish kerak ekanda Shiroga. Aga chiqishyapti Zontix bilan donkadi.
But if you look, Spirit actually started moving early. They decided against it. Chopper's gone back. That one smoke at B is enough.
Yaxshi Shiro.
Donk's time.
Oy, Zontix.
And that double hold is attempted to
Zor, come back. Let's go Spirit. Let's go Spirit.
Mouz get mauled. Team kill in the molly. Zontix Donk crossfire. You feel like they're in your head. Spirit making all the right reads right now. Hitting harder on this comeback.
Botir aka o'rtacha olsangiz $6000 olar ekansiz. Qo'tog'imga rolting yozsizmi? Xohlasam tuxum yeyman, brat.
No more.
Botir Navini sniperni almashtirish kerakmi? Nima deb o'ylaysiz? Yo'q. Yaxshi o'ynayapti Volder from. Bga chiqishmoqchida qo'toni yebsanlar.
Something that's scary here and inignorable is Shiro starting to climb up the scoreboard for Team Spirit. He was a notable absence.
Spirit $30,000 total to'lar ekan, ChatGPT aytadi. Hozir Spirit 100 ta tugidimi? Final yutgan bo'ladimi? Yo'q, 3 ta karta yutish kerak. 3 ta karta yutish kerak. 3 ta karta yutgan finalni yutadi, kubok ko'taradi.
Mouz feeling trapped. And Spirit knocking on the door of a very late in the day robbery at this second map.
Bo'ldi, comeback bo'ldi. Easy comeback.
2 kills away from a 1-round game.
Donc $40,000 olsa kerak, da, может быть. Necha pul yutadi? Birinchi o'ringa $500,000. Donk shotda.
He has just been omnipresent on this map. Everywhere Mouz finish. Donk.
Timeout oldi Mouz. Yaxshi bo'ldi, comeback qilamiz. Azgina qoldi comeback qilishimizga, azgina. Depo bilan kontraktim bormi? Yo'q. Prosta depo men komputerga bergan, shunga deponi reklama qilaman bo'ldi. Komputerga kesiga bergan. Okay, kompis qanaqa? Aytor 15 3070 Ti 32 GB operativka. Unaqa zo'r kompyuter emas. Bo'ladi. Donc $40,000 oylik plus u yoq bu yoq reklama, nakleyka, hamma narsalarni $80,000 gacha oladi oylik. Donc $100,000 dan ko'p topadi oyiga. Okay.
To this lane control. Back to these standard round openings.
Oy. Chopper aytayapti, B bo'lmaydi bu deyapti уже. Chunki pachkani ko'rmadi o'tdi.
But now seeing 2 outside of B makes you realize it's a fake. All this util into A is only to elicit a reaction that Mouz don't get.
Bля, Zontix hozir o'lsa pizdesda, Zontix o'lsa pizdes bo'ladi. Yaxshi informatsiya berdi.
3-on-3, Mouz don't jump at the opportunity.
O'ynashmayapti, ko'rsatami? Spirit chumoqtiki, ular hali Aga chiqmayapti. Значит, hozir Bga bo'lishi mumkin. Bomba B ketyapti.
And Mouz have to rejig this round.
Necha FPS beradi kompis? Base stream 300 FPS beradi. Stream bilan 250 260. i5 14-chi dedim, 15 demadim.
Sway on one of his first big events. On his first serious.
Birinchi karta kim yutdi? Men tepada qarasa, Spirit oq turibdi 3 ta zanchokdan bittasini. Значит, Spirit yutgan bo'ladi. Keyin chap tomonga qarasanglar, keyin kartani qanaqa karta o'tganini ko'rsatdi. Nuke keyin karta, hozir Ancient bo'tdi. Oh, ебать, хаешка. Oy oy oy, yaxshi, bitta minus berdi. Donk razmenda 1-1 clutch. 1-1 clutch, Donk давай. Yaxshi! Сюда, блядь. O'zimni bratishkamda bu. Yig'la, Amini. Yaxshi ukam, yaxshi. Shramingga o'tag'im.
But these young men shrinking on the stage. Team spirit back to their winning ways.
Ебать, emotsiyalar bo'ladi, mana shu o'yinchilarda hozir bor. Shunaqa adrenalin bo'tda o'yinchilarda tasavvur ham qila olmaysizlar-da.
Mouz feign more confidence out through middle. And now they go completely quiet. Throughout the entirety of this streak, Brolin has been
Abuni kompis sizda bo'lgan 4 milo bo'larmidi, brat-da? Menda 360 Hz bo'lsa bor, pizdes. Kayf qilardim.
He did all he could to get Mouz to a winning game.
Donk sokdingizmi? Yo. Yo, 3070 Ti. Video card.
But Donk has rarely been here. Even now he reclears red, uncertain. Mouz sit outside of the B site.
Yaxshi chopper. Bo'ldi, brat, qochib ket. Shironi minus berdi. Yaxshi! Suda, блядь.
Snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. 5-on-2 for map point.
It's a big clawback from torshi, but it's just the one. Still a horrible scenario. 2v5 turn 2v4. It doesn't feel like it's gotten any easier. Everyone for Spirit can play passive. They're lent strong over towards this B site. Zontix just plays for the info, plays to delay.
Iltimos, bu round bermanglar faqat. 4-2 vaziyat. Voy, Donk ukam bo'ldi.
Now he's in the back line, trying to help torshi. Eyes set on this A play. Zontix with this reposition.
Zontix qochib ketgan aka.
Can exertion piece it all together fast enough.
It's a great move.
Smoke deployed as torshi commits to this bomb plant, but
Yaxshi!
That's the value. Spirit are one round away from
Zor.
completing this comeback, from snatching Ancient from Mouz's grasp. And they've done it all with their backs against the wall. They had to do this as one continuous streak.
Bomba qo'yishgan bermadi. Shiro yo'q. Ko'rdinglar mana Shiro yo'qoldi, o'sha o'yinni tushib boshlashdi. Zontix cheater bila.
Mouz may have finally broken this year. They may have finally taken their first stage LAN trophy back in Cluj. But here in the Lanxess, the Intel Extreme Masters, the biggest trophy of them all, that is a different beast.
Zontix, qochib ket, Zontix. Блядь. Donk shotda. Donk shotda oxirgacha. Zo'r. Jinni de bu bola, jinni. Yaxshi. Iltimos.
Spirit nearly jumped the gun there. They nearly make it way too easy for torshi, but they know they can go slow. They know that it's in the creeping silences All that uncertainty looks to swallow Torshi up. Tries to play the numbers, minimize as many variables as he can. He's looking for the smartest possible move.
Bilen ne bir nimaga defis qotdi? Yaxshi. Suda, blядь. Bitta karta qoldi. Bitta karta yutsa bo'ldi, chempion bo'ladi. Bitta karta.
They break Mouz's spirit. Nuke is where it's decided.
TILIDA, hozir rozigirish qilamiz skilllarni. Qaranglar. Mana bu skilllarni mana shta любой skinni rozigirish qilaman. Chatda hozir bitta anaqa chatda hozir bitta so'z yozishingiz kerak bo'ladi, xo'p? Tak, любой skin. Misol uchun mana bu skin deylik. Tak, ostda turinglar, men sizlarga ko'rsataman. Tak. Menda ne bu iban ishlayapti. Tak. Hozir chatda yozasizlar, men sizlarga bitta so'z beraman. Shu so'z yozsanglar, tak, YouTube. Так, nima qilish kerak bu jalab? У приложения уже есть некоторые права доступа. Так. Mana rozigirish qilaman. Qaysi skinni rozigirish qilamiz? Блять. Mayli, mana shu 5-7 ni hozir rozigirish qilamiz. Chatda hozir bitta so'z yozishingiz kerak bo'ladi. Uni hozir men sizlarga aytaman. Tak, keyboard random number. Tak. Qayerga yozishim kerak? Tak. Bu qanday ishlaydi? Chat biladiganlar bor. Mana qaranglar, men yoqdim-da. Mana qaranglar, yoqdim. Nima deb yozsa, nima tushish kerak? Ko'rasizlar? botirshoT. botirshoT deb yozish kerak. Shunda hozir buni next tak, botirshoT, reviewer, channel members. Mana endi yozadigan, mana endi botirshoT. Get done. Bo'ldi, yozinglar. Chatda botirshoT deb yozsanglar, shu 5-7 ni g'olibini topamiz hozir. Lekin bu yerda interest yo'q. 0 interest turibdi. Nol turibdi. Botir kod deb yozadi bittasi. Tak. Bu hozir chiqarib berish kerakmi shunda? Tak, use option restart interest. Mouse to'g'ri yozdim, botirshoT deb to'ttiringlar. botirshoT. Remove spams on queue. Hop, nimaga chiqarmayapti bu chot, suka. Tak. Chiqarib berish kerak, to'g'rimi? Bo'ldi, yozmay turinglar-chi, hozir bitta chiqarib berish kerak. Zaybal, o'zim ham yozib qo'yib, botirshoT deb. Ne bu? Ne bu? Entry'ga kirmayapti. Bitta obnovish qilish kerakmi deyman-a? Voy, yibam. Keyboard turgan ekan. Give way to chatters who type a keyboard. To'g'ri, channel member, hop. Mana jala botirshoT turibdi. Chat announced on viewers. Show advance. O'zim yozib ko'ray. Hop. Bu IBAN ishlaydimi yo'qmi? Ne bu IBAN ishlamayapti? To'xtab turinglar. Ne bu IBAN chiqmayapti mana bu yerda ne? Chat. Botga modder bering. Qanday modder beraman men? Night otib turinglar, modder berib ko'ray. Nima edi? Night botmi? Night bot. Night botga qanday modder beraman men?
Aka shaftoli bormi?
Tashabbur, Nightbot ulamagansiz shekilli, unda bo'lmaydi. Nightbot qanday ulaydi? Stop turinglar. Nightbot ulab olaylik unda. Nightbot ulamasi bo'lmas ekan-ku. Qanday ulash kerak, brat? Блять. Hozir ulaymiz. Mana chiqyapti-yu, mana endi ishlayapti. Yozinglar, mana endi chiqyapti. botirshoT deb yozinglar. O'zim ham chiqarmikanman. Mana keyboard spam qilganinglar uchun anaqa spam qilmanglar, bitta yozinglar-chi. Ana yana spam qilasizlar, yana o'chirib qo'yadi, ko'rasizlarmi? Spam qil. Oy, spam qilinglar, bitta yozinglar, bo'ldi, boshqa narsa qilmanglar, to'tinglar spam olib tashay. Okay, spam. 12 ta odam qo'shildi. O'zim qo'shmaydimi bu IBAN? 13 ta odam bo'ldi. Ne bu sekin ishlayapti? 15 ta odam bo'ldi. Wiki bama deyman. Ta odam qo'shildilar. Men shuncha odam, bo'ldi, mana endi ishladi, chat. Endi bosish kerak. Bo'ldi, 19 ta odam bo'ldi, 21 ta odam bo'ldi. Bo'ldi, ishladi. Bo'ldi, endi yozsanglar bo'ladi botirshoT. Qani o'zim yozib ko'ring, botirshoT deb yozib ko'ring-chi. Bo'ldi, ishladi. Ketdi. 24 ta uchastnik. Ungacha men mana hozir 25 ta uchastnik bo'ldi. Ungacha men skillarim shuni ko'rib turay. Tak mana. Rospislar yozdi. Mana Brolin podpis bo'lgani, bir xil kimdirlar ishonmaydi-yu. Mana shu Brolin invertariyasida yebayt pichoqlari bor ekan. Anaqa medallari ham bor ekan, bratan. Semifinalist. Tak nechta odam bo'ldi hozir? 28 ta odam bo'ldik. 30 ta bo'lsa to'xtataman. Tak. Soqoli dizayner, Battle Dance, mana shu hammasi qo'shibman. Nuriddinov Modriman qo'shilibdi. 29 ta bo'ldik. Tak, undan keyin men miskinni rozigrish qilaman. Tak, buni hozir rozigrish qilaman. Undan keyin men miskinni keyingi kartada rozigrish qilaman. Bu ham yebayt chotki skin. Start track ekan kamiga. Go'mi? Tak, 31 ta odam bo'ldi. Menimcha hozir 50 tada to'xtatamiz yo'q, 40 tada to'xtatamizmi? 40 ta bo'lsa to'xtatamiz. 40 ta uchastnik bo'lsa to'xtatamiz. Bez podpiska ko'rayotgan bo'lsanglar, bolalar, bez podpiska ko'rayotgan bo'lsanglar, qo'shilmaydi botga. Podpiskani bosishinglar kerak, чтобы konkurs mana shu anaqaga qo'shilishga. Podpiskani bosib, keyin botirshoT deb yozsanglar qo'shiladi. Короче, 30 ta bo'ldi. Bo'pti, hozir mashina bosamiz. Tayyormisizlar? Va 34 ta bo'ldi. Endi mana, endi sizlar podpiskani bosib, qo'yasizlar-da. Ебать. Maslik hozir bittasi ko'rsataman. Buni qaranglar. To'tela xuya. Menga qaranglar, nima tashashdi. Блять. Тун предложение обмена. Тун. Шелби, брат, от души рахмат. Братке нужен беріп берем екен, ойнап тұршки. Керек emasmi ekan, bo'pti, berib turamizmi deyman. Keyin so'rasalar o'zim beraman. Hozir shart emas. Oldik pichoq, perchatka. Tak. Bo'ldimi? 50 ta bo'ldingmi? 40 ta bo'libmiz-ku. Podpiskani bosib endi qolsa, to'g'rimi? Короче, bo'ldi, mana ketdi. Choose a winner. Keyingisi keyin mana bu bo'ladi. Behruz PUBG Mobile YouTube'da. Behruz PUBG Mobile, BH PUBG Mobile. Tak, Telegramdan qatnaysiz bo'ladi menga bile. Tak, menga anaqadan yozib yuboring. Instagramda yozib yuboring, menga botirshoT anaqam bor, Instagramim bor. Instagramda yozib yuboring, men sekin tashlab beraman, xo'p? Chunki hozir Telegram bersam, hamma joy Telegram anaqa bo'lib ketadi. Tak, keyingi skin bo'ldi. Keyingi skin men miskin qolman. Vojalab. Bu skill emas, bu skill meniki emas. O'ynab turishga oldim. Tak, keyingi skin. Mana miskinni rozыгрыш qilamiz. Tak. Mana miskinni rozыгрыш qilamiz keyingi skin. Faqat bu keyingi kartada qilamiz. Men bu xos karta tugaydi, bundan keyin karta tugaydi, shunda rozыгрыш qilamiz, xo'p? Hozir men 57 ni qildik, 57 ni egasini topdik. Telegramda mana buni rozыгрышы bo'pti. Mana miskinni rozыгрышы bo'pti. Hozir Telegram silkani tashlab qo'yaman sizlarga. Endi Telegramda agar rozыгрышda qatnashaman desanglar, mana Telegram rozыгрышы anaqasi, silkasi. Tak, bizda hozir o'yin boshlanyapti уже, menimcha, yo. Shunaqami? O'yin boshlanyaptimi уже? O'yin hali boshlanayotgan ekan.
It's looking unlikely, but Nuke, that does lay in wait, Yanko. What should we be expecting from one?
5 minutda boshlanadi ekan chat.
Doesn't happen often, does it? Yeah, I think Nuke, obviously one of Mouz's best maps. This is where they feel really good, right? But being 2-0 down, having to start on the T side, that's going to be a little bit problematic. Spirit, I'm hoping after the Navi game yesterday, they're going to learn from their T side, right? They're going to be more aggressive when it comes to it. It's just about the individuals have to wake up for Mouz.
$0.01 turadigan skinni o'zgartirish qilish uyali. Boshqa skinni yo'qda, hammasi bandajalar. Nima qilay? Assalomu alaykum, bo'ti yaxshimisiz? Ajik nimaga? Yaxshi rahmat. Go hozir o'ynab olamiz. Ana skinnimi? Yo'q, mana shu kartadan keyin. Shelby, assalomu alaykum aka. Qalaysiz? Rahmat skilllar uchun.
16 in opening duels. He hasn't been on this server to the same display as we saw yesterday. I think Exertion and specifically on Nuke, both on Yacht, on T side, CT side, he's the guy who's always involved. So if he's not finding
Nuke kim yutadi bo'lisizlar, chat?
So it is over. You are saying officially, Jacob, it's over.
I think this game is over.
Well,
Mouz have the cursed monkey paw. They were like, I just want to beat Vitality, please.
Well, let's see how it's going to be going down. Mouz's choice of Nuke awaits on the other side.
From humble beginnings.
Keyingi yutuqchini Telegramga yozib yuboramizda. Keyingi yutgan odam Telegramni so'raymiz. Yana ikkita skinlar o'zgarish qilaman unda. Tak, qaysi skinlarim bor hozir to'p turinglar. Tak. Mana bu skin Bilay balam ovozim o'chirib qo'yay. Mana bu skinni trade bandan chiqqanmi ekan? Bo'l chiqqan ekan. Mana bu duelni rozыгрыш qilamiz. Go'mi ikkita skin rozыгрыш qilamiz сразу. Ikkitali перчатка, ikkitali pistolet перчатка tatman bilan. Go. Hop. Mana karta tugasinmi? Qilamiz keyin. Yana qanaqa skinim bor? Mana bu skinim bor. Bu skin qancha turarmi ekan? После полевых испытаний ekan. Ko'ringlarchi qancha turishini торговой площадкада. Нормально. Bo'ladi. Tak, keyin kartadan keyin rozыгрыш qilaman, xo'p? Kes ochdimi?
Survey says, hey, we'll take a purple. That's not bad. Thank you very much.
Normal.
Ukraine.
Ukraina degan.
All right. We're going to use one more key for my crates here. Now, before we do that, let me tell you
Bular ham kes ochib yuribdim deyman. Bo'cha главный moder berib qo'ying, nasrga qilib qo'yaman.
We're going to let this gentleman open this case right here right now. Hey, are you in the middle of a retake? Oh, a little bit of a retake situation here. 1-on-3. Can he get towards that defuse? No. Didn't check that car player. That's going to cost him big time. But consolation prize. Do you want to go open a case?
Yep, okay.
All right, bet.
Avval case o'ynab o'tiribdimi, jalab? O'yin ko'rishga kelganlar.
Okay, look. You got three choices. There's no wrong answer.
Choices?
You got what you get.
Okay.
250 ko'p ekan, o'shani ham o'ynab o'raylik. U ikkitasi уже o'ynalgan.
We keep.
Yep.
We own this. Go.
Okay, lucky man. One knife. No. Not today.
Not today. Commiserations on your loss here. Anything you want to say?
I think it's lost on next win.
Avval rozыгрыш qilgan ekan. Meniki emas, brat. Meniki bo'lsa qilardim.
All these activities, I don't really know what to do with myself other than keep watching the Counter-Strike, duh. Stay until Extreme Masters, y'all.
Boshlanibdi, jalabni.
You're looking for results here. Fast out into the top site. It's a strong pace step forward. And you've dealt with two heavy hitters early on. Gonna ease back into this 3-on-3. Bomb planted. But here in map 3, 0-2 down. Every round, every kill counts tenfold. Spink trying to put them in his pocket. And a spot on the second player back in main. Shiro knowing about Zontix on this wrap. He's getting wrapped himself. Jimmy on the long path for a backstab.
Pistolet kan niet goed.
No losing this pistol. With Jimmy up in the heavens, it's a safe plant. Shiro can try all he likes. There should be no world in which he emerges the victor. Swing out early and Toshi seals the deal. Pistol round secured for Mouz.
For every round Mouz find on this T side, Spirit need to one-up it in their second half. It's a half that has let them down time after time in this tournament. No doubt Spirit are favorites, wind in their sails, momentum, and the best player in the world. But still this nuke is available for Mouz.
Pistolet kan ver işte. قليل نقليل لكن قليل أنا قلام مسخل.
Spirit look to start the threat early. Seen a lot of these force by rounds connect for both teams across this series.
Spirit بايخته. Force. Force.
Exertion fakes outside. They go back to lobby. Mouz hope to elicit reaction.
Comeback bo'lsa kesib tashlaysizmi? Nima kesib tashlashim kerak comeback bo'lsa?
Spirit are pretty much stuck in place here throughout the entire round. The onus is going to be on Mouz to take the space, to make the play. And they'll set their sights on ramp. Now Zontix hears this, but is in no position to fight for it.
Agar hozir mana shuni yutqizsa boshlanadi yanacha. Chunki Mouz shunaqa komandada. Comeback yoqtiradigan komanda Mouz boru.
It's by design. They want Mouz to walk into this double lower stack that's been waiting since the start of the round. Shiro not down here alone. He's got Chopper floating around in the control room to help him. And here's Chopper taking contact. If he can just peel eyeballs off of Shiro, let this guy do something, but it's an ugly first turn of that pistol.
Sure, do you?
And the plan for Spirit does not align. Mouz looking good in this conversion.
Yeah, calculated crunch on that B-bomb site certainly helps that Donk misses timing onto Exertion, getting down secret. Spirit didn't know until it was too late. And now exit is the name of the game. Donk knows saving here is a likelihood.
Kamera fokus yo'qolib qoldimi?
Oh, it's such a stalemate here. They don't want to give anything over to him. And so Donk has 3 players waiting around this corner. Actually, the entirety of Mouz. That's the fear that this guy puts in you. Don't want to give him anything into the next round. Mouz decide 5 alive more important.
Oh, jala, bratan, turshuna qara.
Stalemate.
Oh, Ivan ekan u. Осуждаю такие вещи.
Spirit get one more try.
Look, the thing that is kind of tantalizing for Mouz here is sure they might be starting
Orqa izlemişken o'zimniki.
on what should feel like the harder half. It's Spirit's CT side that hits very, very hard. This holds the promise of, you can do a lot of the legwork for the entire game here in the first half. You know you're going to have to be resilient. You know you're going to have to roll with the punches and be on the receiving end of some of these Spirit CT rounds. But if you can scrape by with something like 4
Yana force qilishdi-mi? Eko ekan.
Based on what we've seen from Team Spirit, that could be enough.
Maklaturaga topshirish kerak.
But look who's home.
Donk is in position down here. They decided to not try and remove this MP9 off of him earlier. Let him put it to work. Double swung on. The MP9 answers the call for the first. It's Exertion on the receiving end of it.
Back up, I think.
I mean, the bomb's already made its way there, right out through Secret on the back of Brolin, but he's alone in this. And
Mishka rozgryz
waiting in
bo'lmaydi.
back garage since the start of the round. That's the bomb on his screen. That's the bomb right there. Takes his time on the shot. Wanted it to go down flawlessly. Torshi flying up through the vent. And it's a top site taken for Mouz.
Shiro minus qilarmikan? Yo'q, qilolmaydi. Donk bada yurtdimi?
With Donk low on health, trapped down at lower. There's a bit more safety for Mouz.
Bu round ola olishmaydi chat ular. Nimaga aytsanglar, Donk lo'lqapa, Shiro ashe nima qilayotganini o'zi bilmaydi.
Not helped on this vent climb. Should just be a dead man walking. And there it is. Torshi makes it so.
Shiro bayter jalab.
His position known and Mouz walk it over the line.
Kedek o'ynaydi, faqat zayibaldan. I mean,
but around it nonetheless.
Botir aka xatga $100,000 ishlatadi. Qanaqa qilib ishlatadi? Donk shuni ayting, $100,000mi? Qatdan bilaman, so'rab ko'ring. Yebach kubok qaranglar. Mana shunaqa kubok ushab ko'rganman. Navini klubiga borganimda Kiyevda mana shunaqa kubok turganda. Ushab ko'rganman, boshqacha bo'ladi ekanlar.
This right here, this is the round that Mouz would love to win. Getting off to a 5-0 start on a map there. Spirit's T-sides have let them down. That would feel monumental. And you won't have to grind those rounds out. It won't be in a long back and forth affair if you can win this one. And so what do Mouz want to do? They're wrapping exertion in through main. Donk is ready for it.
Yebay, Donk qaranglar, chitayib qoldi. Oy. Yaxshi Zivi. Zo'r bolalar. Bo'ldi, sabratsa qilamiz, olish kerak.
The man throwing util, the last to arrive. The bodies of his teammates here that have accumulated around the hut at the door. Brolin looks for anything, something to give, and there's Donk. That is a very uncharacteristic L for him to take.
Chiqib borib ketadi bo'lisam. Yo'q.
Caught on a cross back across that he didn't need to take. Brolin playing this to the full extremity of the timer. Now there is this hot roof player to worry about.
Brolin o'zi ham ishonmasa kerak olishiga.
Just got the spot off as Brolin makes his way in. Sontix provides cover.
Very calm for his way back sight there. Gets his double. That's
Siz qachon chiqasiz endi majbur brat? Mani umrim o'tdi-yu.
Spamming through main smoke. That one takes me back. Feels like Katowice was just yesterday. Realizes what Mouz are doing before they even announce that.
Donk qaranglar, cheater bular.
Exertion back to his troubles on this T side. Today he has been quiet. Donk a huge reason for that. These two so often matching up.
Sandan kattalar o'ynayapti-ku. Da o'ynayapti. O'ldirib ketdi bizani Donkni. Logitech ishtamida. Donk necha yilda pro bo'ldi. Donk 15,000 soatmi, 20,000 soat o'ynagan o'zi CS bor. U 7 yoshida boshlagan o'ynash.
With a well-timed bit of re-aggression in the hut. Returns this to a 4-on-4.
Important kill for Exertion to find. Donk is 13-6 in that head-to-head coming into this third map. Exertion puts him down.
Yaxshi Zontix. Oy, zo'r. Zontix o'lma faqat.
They line up again. Team kill even comes through. That's not what you want. From bad to worse.
Chopper, давай, bratishka, yaxshi. Yaxshi. Uchinchi kartami, brat, 10 tomon tepaga yozib qo'ygan uchinchi kartada. Ikkinchi karta kim yutdi? Hozir men sizlarga tushuntiraman, hozir qaranglar. Qayerdan kim nechta yutganini ko'rishni tushuntiraman, qaranglar hozir. Ko'rasizlarmi, tepada Spiritni
on these CC sides he calls it very decisive.
Ko'rasizlarmi, tepada, mana qaranglar. Tepada ham Spiritdan qas turibdi.
Up against in this entire first half.
Spirit znachogini oldi, ikkita oq turibdi. Yo'bay.
Time exertion gets the better of Donk. This time on a Deagle.
Oh, tilter.
Bay Donk qorli o'tdi, hamma exertion.
How about a 1D on an eco?
Asha Spirit oldi, ikkita oq anaqa turgani, u Spirit ikkita karta oldi degani. Keyin tepada chap tomonda qanaq kartalar ko'ringan mana.
He can try and get that gun later, but it relies on Spirit rotating out, and look at how they occupy the yard. 3 players with their eyes on the prize. Meanwhile, Mouz have reset completely. Can Spirit fill the positions? Sontex goes back to
sotilmaydi, brat.
He needs a multi-kill.
Oh.
He misses that time.
Oy.
Yeah, this is really awkward. They're out on both sides of him now.
Yaxshi Zonchix.
Far from an easy position to be in. That gun does get retrieved, but Chopper was waiting for that
Yaxshi
exact
bo'ldi.
move the entire time.
Birga to'g'ri 3 qop.
Because he plays in a team with a guy where one rifle is enough to steal the round, but Chopper is always mindful of these dropped weapons.
Kim yutdi ikkinchi kartani? Zo'r. Sasach. Spirit жесткий bo'ldi.
They're competitive from the get-go.
Yeah, sure, Mouz, you can convert your pistol, but now the Spirit start has begun. The question is, how out of control will it get? That is back-to-back 4v5s minus Donk, 1 out by Spirit.
Trenerni qarashini qarab naqab.
No doubt the Donk is the outlier in every metric, but today Spirit have still done it without him at times. That first map was
Chopper qaltirab o'ldirib qo'ydi-ku.
from pretty much everyone. It took Ancient for Donk to level up. Can he channel that frustration into
Spirit lobbyni push qilgan informatsiya bor. Mouz ko'chadan o'tganlik haqida. Smoke qayerga beradi, hech kim ko'rmaydi.
And there's already a big problem posed in this round. Jimmy heard the aggression into the lobby. He knows
Oy, Donk qara, cheater, Donk cheater.
Donk out here in the yard on these smoke spams.
He just doesn't see smoke.
Oldidagi yashil narsani qo'lni istadi, qo'lni so'qatgan bo'lsa isitib beradi qo'lni.
Spirit went and took lobby. They've spammed you on the cross. You kind of lost the edge here.
Even just the nameplate there. If you kill Torshi on the smoke cross, you know there's going to be more players for Mouz. He's not going to be the solo lurker with 4 lobby. Despite that, anyway, Spirit took lobby earlier in the round. They have all this info. Full confirmation of the goal in mind for Mouz. So they try mid-round. They try and fake it out. Jimmy trying to make it look like it's an upper bust going through.
Qanaqa bunaqa spray qo'yadi Donkmi? Bax o'ynaganda. Voy, Zvi o'ldi.
Sway? Where was he looking? Exertion runs up on him, closes the distance on the rookie.
Aga chiqishmoqchi bo'ldi nima
Stem
qotdi?
the bleeding, stop the spillover up through the vents. Jimmy's still in a position to
20
make this
sekund
round win,
qolgan.
and if he can collect
Heaven
that kill on the
ketyapti.
players watching
Heavenni
the
hech kim
vent
qaramayapti.
rotate, he opens up this path into A.
Donk's
not making himself available.
Oh, ana Padevich. Yaxshi Donk. Donk ikkita minus qotdi. Zo'r. Donk 5 shansov.
Oh, just Shiro rotating gives the info over, the info that wins them the round. Donk swivels, headshots Heaven, and Mouz will not get up that vent for free. Spirit send them packing in that buy round. Putting Mouz back to pistol.
Cheater qara, spray qilishini. Hech kim ko'rmasdan o'lib ketdi. Otishini qara, sukani.
Do Mouz have anything to say for this? You can feel the streak starting.
Donk cheaterlarga o'xshab o'tadi, bolalar.
Spirit swelling. It's Mouz's blood rushing.
Yala botek mo'ylovsiz biznes yosh ko'rinadigansiz. O, yoshman o'zi. 24 yoshman, yo'q, qaraganda ko'rasiz.
Pit in their stomach, they feel like they can do nothing right.
Ular hozir aya kirishmoqchimi shunda smoklarni otib maindan?
Look at this stack on top side.
Oh, ебать, хаешка. Хорош, бақырот.
They hear the pitter-patter, they hear the footsteps closing in. Brolin might have made it up Heaven, but
Be chancev, Spirit.
Sweep. So ready for that play.
Mouz timeout all.
After that round, Mouz have not liked how these last 5 rounds straight have gone. They feel like they're constantly running into numbers. They're constantly running into stacks.
Spirit'te treneri qo'yib qot.
And you could say they had their opportunity in a couple of rounds, getting 5v4s and resets back to lobby onto Donk. Easier said than done. Exertion did what he could, but now it's getting colder. Team Spirit, reason to believe in this 3-0 run.
Sukutiga marin oldi ham. Dar.
Back last year when they did it against FaZe.
Biz bu darajaga 5 o'ynashning foydasi yo'q ekanida, brat, bu daraja. O, ana case ochshot, nima tusharim ekan? Oy, protsessor tushdi. i9.
And a roster change coming into this season looks
Zo'r protsessorli bo'ldi, bratishka. Tak, ko'chani zanemat qilishyapti. Oy, qoch.
Always manages to survive. He takes one of the leg here.
Voy jalan, Jimpad ikkitasini o'ldirib yubordi.
He was 0-6 coming into this round. That 2K is something that Mouz feel like they have to convert upon.
Kişi şuradan zor minus bo'ldi lekin.
No one's home.
Bla, Shiro, davay. Vaqting keldi, Shiro. Ha, 2 to'g'ri ekan,
Lobby wrap for Zontix. Jimmy on this line gets his first 2 kills of the game on smoke spam. Wrestling for a third, decides against the fight.
Shiro.
That leaves him in the prying eyes of Shiro.
Still.
Flash qotildi hozir. Yebach flashka nahvoy.
Attempt an awkward team flash there for Zontix. That was supposed to tee up Shiro for the kill that brings them back into the question. Instead,
Давай, Zontix, yebach его.
Really awkward miss. And these misses are starting to feel like they could cost Mouz. Time getting low. Time might be
Wacht. Yebach! Ахуй, 2-ga 4 round yutib ketishdi. Yebach!
Spirit say not even close. Calculated. A heartbreaker for Mouz. They're waiting. Finally allowed on this T side.
Zontix qara yugurib turib balasiga berdi.
Spirit just swoop in and steal a 6th.
Bacharani qara. Trenerga qarab.
It's looking meant to be laying their legacy in the Lanxess.
Ахуеть.
And that's the haunting part of this game for Mouz. There have been these moments where they have had the control, where they have had the fights they're looking for, where they have the space, and it just hasn't been or felt ever like enough. It's one thing to have, you know, this dream run at Cologne ripped from your grasp. It's another to feel like you were close in some of these rounds. You were competitive.
They could have.
The miss is there, costing them dearly. We've said already, you don't need many of these
Shirodan az minus ko'ramizmi? Qaq ketdi bu.
so valuable to Mouz.
Hozir rampaga o'ynashot, Shiro ko'rdi.
Jump on the shot. Shiro gets another chance.
Donk yordamda. Donkdan minusni ko'ramizmi? Birinchisi, ikkinchisi, ayo. Shiro yiba orqasini o'tamayapti, qochib ketdi.
Down B, Chopper waits. They fall into him. Head ripped off. Chopper with the bomb. One more will certainly do.
Shiro qassoy bilan Donk bilan Chopper zo'r o'ynaverdi lekin.
Chopper's going to get his flag for how Nuke T-side sometimes look for this Spirit squad. My God, does he deserve his props. This is such a well-called CT half. It's another round where even though Mouz break through a gamble stack, 2 players in at the ramp room, there's a third, and it's Chopper. It's always him as that third piece.
And he showed up individually in this series in a massive way.
Safe qotdi, zo'r 7-3 bo'ldi.
He got an ace back on Mirage, albeit against Eco. He's been reliable, especially on CT sides in this grand final.
Bundan keyin face-to-face ishlamayapti, brat.
It's always going to be about Donk.
Chat qaranglar, men bu Eloyimni to'rma elo qilsam, sochimni kaliga oldiraman.
Trying to catch up with the world.
Mashina to'rma elo qilsam, sochimni kaliga oldiraman.
And right now, just making a mockery of Mouz in this third map.
Tormiyo'ga qancha vaqt ketadi noldan? Biroq daxoy ketadi. Umringiz yarmi ketadi desam ishonasizmi? Mouz trener hozir mazasini qo'qqotdan olinadi. Men qaralarim, biz ish uchun kelganmiz. Ertaga sponsorligi nima deyapman? Yo'q, sakrab o'ldirib qo'yibdi. Chopper zo'r otdi deb mana shu savol.
It feels like it only builds to, add to the heartbreak for Mouz. They beat the team. They could never get past. They had a ceiling imparted upon them by that Vitality squad.
Sen qanchada qilding?
Let's get silent, okay? Okay.
Ana Brolin aytayotdi, let's get silence. Davay unaqa uspokоиться qilinglar deyapti. Tipa o'zinglarni bosib olinglar deyapti. Tipa o'tkazib yubordi. Secretga o'tkazib yubordi.
Miscom for Donk. Is he ready? Has the gap been called? The player could be down B. No. Shiro missed that timing. And Exertion again finds that winning head-to-head. A head-to-head he's lost all series long, not on Nuke. And still, it's not been enough.
Yibani Shiro'ni donk olib ketdi hozir borib.
In this final, they've got to finish on that.
Shiro'ni donk olib ketyapti.
You just have to convert one of these rounds where Exertion has gotten you the opener. It's not on just anyone either. It's not like he's found Zway on an overstep. He's dealt with Donk, the front man of Spirit. These are the rounds that you have to collect.
Qoch.
Spirit double up on the ramp push. Zontic's on this line, trying to wrestle for this control. Chopper on the backstab. Another round where Chopper's left is that third.
Yaxshi, bomba tushdi. Zo'r.
And Mouz might have grounded down on B, but with that bomb lost back in the lobby, this is a recovery mission.
Well, bekim opti, zo'r payt turibdi ani.
Exertion might just die. Shot in the back of the head. Zway doesn't look to end this with sick mechanics, blowing it all out of the water. No, he just
Zor.
And that's the virtue for Zway. That's the virtue for Spirit.
Capio, let's go.
Side, the moment the guns have come out, they have not dropped around. This is dominance.
Qancha chiqsa spelti men unaqa narsalardan shug'ullanmayman, astag'firulloh. Men prosta oldindan 2 yildan beri speltga valet qilaman. Donk o'lsa round 3 ko'rasizlar.
Showing depth on this CT side. Showing there is more to this team.
Exertion yana ko'chaga yugurayaptimi? Davay dog mashina nakazat qil, zaybal qildi yuguruvchi. Yiban ekan bu ham.
All behind the smokes, maybe even in front of them, they drop round the world.
Donk ko'rdi.
Puts it onto Spinks, headshot immediately again, 4v5, but the trades come through fluidly.
Yaxshi, 3-3 vaziyat. To'g'risi Yiban Cheristinki o'ldirib qo'ydi. Yaxshi Shiro. 2-2 vaziyat. Bitta o'yinchi haqida informatsiya bor. Bomba ko'chada tushib qolgan.
The offense is split. Brolin's looking for a solution. Once more, he's racking his brain, trying to figure out where is the gap.
Lekin Chopper rostdan ham hech bunaqa yaxshi o'ynamagan. Hozir mana bu finalda pizdes o'ynab beryapti.
They could look to squeeze Zway in main. It's got 2 angles to watch. It's a lot of responsibility for Spirit's rookie. Doesn't know which way to look. Right now, focused here on Jimmy. Takes the right fight, but Jimmy's going to win it out. That bomb still dropped out in the yard.
Shiro nima qilyapti bada?
Shiro drops his gun to grab something else, but he might meet them. Yeah, grab that AK, buddy. 25 seconds.
Voy, 9 ga chiqmaydimi bu?
For Shiro, hoping they overcook, but they
can't. 9 ga chiqmayapti. Voy, Yibabe ketyapti ani Shiro.
Set 4 might be enough, and sure, this half hasn't filled you with confidence for Mouz, but that 4th is on their plate.
Everything's building for this to be a Mouz 4th round. 5 seconds left. Brolin just has to plug in the numbers. He's going to get there with a second.
Voy, ana 9 turibdi-yu. Tichor jalab, tichor.
It's not going to happen. Mouz, they get that fall. We pose the question, will that be enough?
8 tur, comeback bo'ladimi yo'qmi?
Another appearance, or are they going to lift that trophy?
Lekin kecha Vitality'ga qarshi comeback qilishdi. Kecha Vitality'ga qarshi comeback qilishdi anaqa demada Spirit. Spirit Mouz kecha Vitality'ga qarshi comeback qildi bolla. Hozir comeback bo'ladimi yo'qmi? Chat, короче, hozir abi streamda rozыгрыш qilamiz-a. Mana skin rozыгрыш qilamiz-a. Tak, qani. Tak. Hozir streamda men buni hozir rozigrish qilamiz. Yo bo'lmasida. Tak, qani u? Mana. Men buni hozir rozigrish qilamiz. Keyin men bu MKni rozigrish qilamiz. Ikkita MKni rozigrish qilamiz. Like'larni bosib podдержка qilib qo'yinglar. Hozir pichoq bilan persatgan qaytib keldi. Endi kay qo'yaman turnirda ham, boshqasida ham. Tak. Men buni hozir rozigrish qildik, bu yerda Telegram kanalda men bu skinni rozigrishi bo'tdi, chat. Telegram kanalda men bu skinni rozigrishi bo'tdi, nakleyкасы bor ekan 2015. Telegram kanal ссылкасini tashlab yuboringlar, adminlar. Yoki o'zim tashlab yuboramanmi? Hozir o'zim tashlab yuboraman, chat. Mana Telegram ссылканы o'zim tashlab yuboraman, чтобы mana chatga tashlayman. O'tib olamiz. Tak, yana qaysi ikkita skin rozigrish qilamiz. Hozir mana shu kartadan keyin kim yutadi bilmadimmi? Men buni ham rozigrish qilish kerak edi. Dual billets ham rozigrish qilish kerak edi. Mana shuni ham rozigrish qilish kerak. Tak, общий 3 ta skin rozigrish qilamiz-da. Tak, men 100 bosh kechdan oldin keysdan tushdi bular. Ikkita keys ochdim, bittasidan tushdi, normal-ya. Tak, o'yin 1 minutda boshlanar ekan. Ungacha chat yozib tursanglar bo'ladi. Nima gap o'zi? Hayotda problemalar bormi? KS o'ynagan problemalarni unutasizlar. Menga o'xshab, men har doim KS o'ynasam, problemalarim esimdan chiqib ketadi. Hayotda bo'lgan problemami, boshqasimi, qizim tashab ketadimi, sevgidan kuyamanmi, hammasini unutaman. KS o'ynab prosta kayf qilib o'ynayman. Kamiga agar yutsam, 3KL'da misol uchun 5 ta win streakim bo'lsa, mendan baxtli odam yo'q-da bu dunyoda. Prosta kayf-da, chonslar. Kod sizga qiyin birinchi rozigrishingiz. Adam qo'shiqni o'chirib turinglar, qo'shiqqa ban kelib qolmasa yana bilan YouTube'da bilan avtorskiy. Facebook'da UZBEK 5-o'rinda turasiz. Hozircha bir top 10 talikdami turibman deb menimcha. 5000 soat o'ynaganmisiz? Mana. Necha ming soat o'ynaganimni ko'rsataychi. Tak, qani meni Steam accountim. Mana Steam accountim. Mana accountim. Общий 7300 soat o'ynagan ekanman, 7300. Tak, menga yozibdi Rospis Press deb, shular yozib Rospis qo'yib olaylik. botirshoT qo'ydik Rospis. botirshoT. Mana bu narsasini asujdayu vallahi, bunaqa narsalar qiziqmayman.
Blowout in a BO5 where they first matched up with that Vitality squad. Well, they're now looking for a run of their own here in Cologne. The second time of asking
Ali Ergashev Steamga yozgan.
And they're looking to deliver.
Ana, berishdi. Prosessor yutib olgan, prosessorni berishdi, ko'rdinglarmi?
It's not a lot to go off of. They don't have a lot of room.
Tak, comeback bo'ladimi yo'qmi? Agar pistoletdan yutsa comeback bo'lmaydi. Yebat. Comeback bu menimcha chat. Menimcha comeback.
No breath of fresh air in this second half. No easy road to this finish line for Spirit. The door opens up for Mouz again. The trickery of these T sides, but I want to see a more inspired Spirit today. I want to see a Spirit playing like the favorites in the final.
Comeback bo'ladi buni
Mouz believe they have more to show. In their attempt to do what no one has done before.
Yebat. Yebat.
Nothing.
Comeback bo'lsa pizdes bo'ladi lekin. İkinci o'rin nima priz oladi? $200,000 oladi ikkinchi o'rin. Birinchi o'rin 500,000. Nimaga Nightbot hammaga umid beryapti? Bilmadim, az to'g'rilaymiz.
But this nuke has been shaky ground for Team Spirit to stand on. Looking like we might have a bit of a matchup out here in the yard with torshi working that secret control. Donk roaming outside. Donk's Bane in exertion, back at the garage. Oh, and torshi's been spotted. Is that a fight you want to try again? Is that a peak you feel like going back to? It's not for torshi.
Goodbye, smoke cut huh?
I feel like that's how a lot of Donk's rounds end on this T side of Nuke. He gets so wounded in the cross, but this time
Shiro
he will survive.
Shiro
aggressive. They got the spot though. torshi sees a lineup and Donk shoots him through the corner. Shiro's position known by Mouz, but can they stop him? That's a different question. Shiro shows an answer. A resounding no.
Donk
follows up and Spinks is too far from this one. A decisive T-side gun round puts Spirit that one step closer.
Immediately sets a tone. This is not the Spirit from those
semi-finals. Shunda men 7000 soat o'ynagani 305 kun bo'tdimi kunda hisoblasa? Normal. 1 yil o'ynagan ekan, почти.
Looking for a swift win in this BO5.
Oh, yaxshi. Save qilishga bermadi, yaxshi bo'ldi.
Mouz get another buy. Another chance.
Yebay, donc iki marta shopper
running out of time. They're running out of chances. It's so plain for all to see. The Spirit powering towards the finish line.
2 in a row tease them up for the trophy. That Trinity so elusive. Even some of the world's best couldn't take it. Trey's found it in a year. Vitality, it took them 2.
You bite smoke, otomada bile.
Na'Vi at their peak. Fnatic all the way back. But this Spirit refuses to die.
Possession really juggling plates out here in the yard. He's got a lot of responsibility and he can't stop them spilling down through. He can't survive with Sway hunting him off the top of main roof. Sway finding his footing now in this final as well. Nice spell disaster for Mouz. Nothing holds up. Everything comes to ruin.
Shiro playing so confident in these couple of T-side rounds, and that could be the difference maker here for Team Spirit as Sway finds 2 crucial kills outside, winning the round. Shiro storms into B and sends Mouz out with nothing to show for this CT side.
$500,000 bersa qanchasiga qulanlik. Endi kontraktiga qarab, da kontraktida prizavoyda qancha olib qolishsa, shu organizatsiya shunga qarab.
Shiro right when Spirit need him. And Mouz get broken up against double digits.
Salam, Simon, salam.
It feels like it's meant to be.
Zo'r bo'ldi, zo'r. Mash raundni berish kerak emas bo'ldi, yog'iga pul yo'q.
The rookie's way on his first big stage.
Banta botot, Ruslan.
Unnerved. Doing his job. It's not pretty always, but it's enough.
Bilaman, mana shu bolalar uchun xursandman-da, bor. Yig'lagalarim kelyapti-da. Donk jinni-da, bor. Jinni-da, donk. Jinni bu bola, jinni. Eshitasizlar, baqiryapti. Eta donk deb.
This hero gun might be in the right place, but all it means is death for Brolin.
And Donk is that record holder, highest MVP rating for Katowice, highest MVP rating for a major. He looks to add Cologne to that stacked list.
Kubuk turishini qaranglar, kutyapti Donk kutyapti bu kubuk.
Yeah, this was the one trophy that ever eluded Donk. There's a second time of asking here, making it into the Lanxes. A last place elimination at Cologne last year. That was after picking up the trophy in Katowice. Securing a Shanghai major.
This win's meant to take years.
No one knows that better than Spirit's opponents. These guys have been on the grind for the longest time, having to overcome the woes that come with stage Counter-Strike and in beating Vitality. This was supposed to be
Ketdi agressiivka. Voy, ay, ошибка, yaxshi, Donk, chopper.
Donk will get bested, but there's more heads on the beast.
Voy, ошибка.
Continuing to lob them off, but there's a limit.
Chopper birga bir qoldi. Chopper
all the time in the world. It's all
Pachkada turgan. Pachkada chiqib. Yaxshi!
Championship point.
Suda bilak.
Team Spirit eternal, back to their winning ways.
And Chopper has been so clutch for Team Spirit in this final. Put him in a 1v1, a 1v2, feels like he's favored.
Bo'ldi, 6-12. Comeback bo'lsa, mashinam ro'zga chiqaraman.
Spirit feel like they have all the time in the world now to secure this elusive title in Cologne.
Vitality xursand bila. Mouz yutqizayotgan kecha chunki Vitality nitida Mouz.
And I love the pacing. This T side is beautiful. It's nothing that we saw in the group stage and that match against Na'Vi from Team Spirit. It is quick, it is explosive. They are storming our ramp. They are hitting this top site, trading fast, shifting nowhere.
Let's go now, guys. Round by round. Give it all, boys. Every round, we give it all.
Can Mouz keep their cool?
Aytayapti, bola, qo'limizdan kelgan ish qilamiz. Bo'ldi, o'zimizdan kelgan hamma qo'limizdan kelgan ish qilamiz.
But their all simply might not be enough. Torshi.
Yaxshi. Birinchi minus bor.
That's the advantage for
4-5 vaziyat. Spirit jamoasi o'z ko'chini o'tyapti. UZBEK ikkinchi minus. 3-5 vaziyat.
Spirit become demons. They've entered their final form. And they're letting the game do the talking. They're letting the silence add the stress. In Mouz's mind, these next 50 seconds spent coming to terms.
3-5 shoshilmasdan.
The fact that this victory in Cologne is not theirs.
Chopper taxorat olib kirgan
They've been but an instrument of Team Spirit on their path to greatness.
Begona
And
shot
Dog
toss.
loves to silence the crowd. He shut the Spodek down. He doesn't care what the Lanxes wants. Mouz home heroes sent exactly there.
Ketdi, birga ochamiz, eshilarni kirib ketamiz. Bo'ldi.
Make it a reality.
Oy,
Stuck in the right place.
Oy, блядь. Ikkiga bir vaziyat.
But it's only Brolin in the blink of an eye.
Birga bir.
Sway, trial by fire. 1v1 for the Cologne title.
Yaxshi! Sudu!
From Spirit to demons. From the underworld to the top of the world.
Champion Spirit.
Their Cologne title to complete their unholy trinity. The debut tournament from Dog in this roster, the win in Katowice, on to the major next in Shanghai. And now the chalice completes that trinity. The final jewel in the crown of Spirit.
They raise the roof again. They break through another ceiling. A questionable roster change.
Donk MVP'ni oladi.
If it was too late, Spirit re-emerge on the stage. And Mouz, they may have beat their most formidable foe, their biggest demon, so they thought. A streak of vitality. Mouz smashed them in the semi-final, but they weren't ready for the glory. They weren't ready to take down Spirit. Another Intel Extreme Masters 3-0 victory on the biggest of stages for Team Spirit.
Ko'rdinglarmi, bitta o'yinchi almashtirishda o'sha
Steps down the catwalk towards the chalice. One of the most coveted pieces of silverware in Counter-Strike history. In his debut tournament with Team Spirit, he walks the same path that Donk did that year ago in Katowice. The dark cloud of Donk dominance descends upon the world of Counter-Strike again. A player who stands in a category of his own making, the likes of which the world has never seen. Ladies and gentlemen, your IEM champions, it's Team
Spirit. Mani yoqtirgan komandam kubok ko'taryapti. Sassach. Zo'r. Yig'lagilarim ketdi. Legendalar. Oh, zo'r narsa chiqdi.
Shiro, first up, are you okay? That thing's heavy.
Yeah, it's so crazy going to up for me.
Did you think about lifting it before? Because it seemed like you were a little caught off guard with how heavy it was.
Yeah, but I don't know what you say. We just win Cologne. It's one more achievement for me in career. It's so nice game for us and first tier 1 champion for UZBEK.
Yes, I saw you in the booth. You were looking around. Tell me about the experience of playing here in this unbelievable arena.
Turishini qaranglar.
I played 2 times this and second time I win Köln. It's so crazy. Thank you guys who supporting us today. Thank you guys. I love you.
Hamma podдержка qilganlarga rahmat deyapti.
Chopper, I'll just go over to you for a second. You seem so energetic today. It means so much to you. Can you tell me in your own words why this one is so
Aka
special?
shaftoli bormi?
Yes, of course, because it's major tournament for one of the biggest arena.
To'g'ri javob.
Good supports from everyone there. Thank you for cheering us. It's really important for me because it's nice. Thank you all team, thank you our organization.
Chopper nima deyotganini o'zi bilmayapti.
A lot of people work and help us. Thank you everyone.
Do you want to say something about your team and about your newest addition in Zway and about the fact that he played really, really well on such a big stage?
Oh, my teammates is amazing. I don't know, I play with the best player in the world, best sniper, one of the best players. I don't know. It's amazing to play with this team, and also our coach, it's beast. It's 0.5% of our team. He do a lot of work. I think it's amazing to win this tournament.
Is there any final thing you want to say to the arena?
Do
you want to say something? Final note to the arena?
Thank you everyone who's coming and see the show. I really liked a lot of people.
Donka po'xo'yda, bora donka po'xo'y.
It's really nice to play here, boys. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you all so much. One more time for your 2025 IEM Cologne Champions, Team Spirit!
Donk yig'ladimi?
Stone cold killers on stage tonight. Donk and his disciples hoist their first ever Cologne trophy. This roster's first ever outing and Zway's first ever
Donkey
time
yig'layapti,
on a
o'yit
stage
qilsa bo'ladi.
this grand. Jason, Spirit making history in the arena tonight.
Yeah, and it's good to see Chopper just, I mean, it's good to see him like emotionally wrecked. I didn't realize this was going to hit him that hard. I think Donk as well just spent the last 30 seconds staring at himself in the trophy, kind of lost in the moment. Man, I don't know. I feel like Spirit and I fall into this trap is such an easy team to doubt at times because it's very easy to see the weaknesses. But man, did they come together and deliver a beautiful series of Counter-Strike as a team.
But it's such a cool story for so many of these players, right? We have the contrast.
Tak, chat rozigrish qilamiz deb aytdim, ha? Tak, chat. Men miskin hozir rozigrish qilamiz, birinchi men miskin rozigrish qilamiz, tak. Ana miskin. Men miskin rozigrish qilamiz, chatga nima deb yozasizlar? Achchig'osh deb yozasizlar. Hop, stop turinglar. Men anaqa qolay, yozib olay birinchi, keyin chatga achchig'osh deb yozamiz, hop. Tak. Manda ochildi. Tak, to'dab turinglar, hozir yozmanglar faqat. Qanaqa turk bo'yicha IEM colon, IEM Köln deylar. Tak, dashcam, comments, giveaways, next, viewers, regular modders, channel members. Podpisatsiya bosib qo'yinglar, podpisatsiya bossanglar, hozir ham rozig'ishga qatnasha olasizlar. Ana, achchiq osh. Tayyormisizlar? Ketdi ana. Achchiq osh. Achchiq osh. Qo'shib yoziladi achchiq osh. Mana 3 ta odam qo'shildi, 5 ta odam qo'shildi, 6 ta, 7 ta. Ketdi mana. Ta bo'ldik, 21 ta. Tak, hozir qo'shilaveringlar, keyin Telegramda ham bu anani xuyna emas, endi bratan P2 Franklinni rozigrishyapti. Telegram ссылка bor, o'tib olsanglar bo'ladi. Ha, Telegram ссылкani tashlab qo'yaman. Tak. Achchiq oshlar nima bo'pti, bo'ldimi? Yozdinglarmi? Achchiq osh. 37 ta bo'ldi. 40 ta bo'lsa, yo'q, 40 tadan oshsa to'xtataman. Keyin ikkinchi skinni rozigrish qilamiz. Odam chiqib ketdimi? Tak, ikkinchi skin. Mana imkon rozigrish qilamiz. Ikkinchisi. Tak. 40 ta bo'ldingmi? Bo'ldimi? Go'mi? Podpisatsiyani bosib qilish kerak. Chat bir xil podpisatsiya qilmasdan yozyapti, o'xshamaydi ularda. Podpisatsiya qilib qilsalar o'xshaydi. 40 ta bo'ldi. 50 ta to'xtamiz, mana 50 ta bo'laylik. Ta, 48 ta, 2 ta odam qoldi, 2 ta odam kerak. Podpisatsiyani bosib qilish kerak-da. 2 ta odam qoldi, 1 ta odam qoldi. Tak, hozir mana shuni yutgan odam Telegramga sraz yozib yuboring, xo'p? Mana bosaman 1, 2, 3 shu odam o'z Telegramini sraz yozib yuborsin chatga. Ketdi. Abbos Mouz. Telegramingizni yozib yuboring. Hozir endi ikkinchi skinni rozigrish qilamiz, mana ikkinchi skin. Endi omadinglar kelsa yutasizlar-da, endi mana bu ikkinchi skin. Hozir mana bu skin bo'ladi. Endi ikkinchisini qilamiz. Mana bu. Abbos Mouz. Brat, Telegramingizni yozib yuboring. Agar yozmasangiz bu hozir skinni qaytabdan yana qilaman. Reroll qilaman, yana qaytabdan o'ynaymiz bu skinni. Bir marta yozsa yetadimi? Da. Abbos Mouz. Brat, 1 minut o'tdi. Yozmas ekansiz, brat? Yo, reload qilib olamiz. Ay. Tarzan Game Club. Tak, Tarzan Game Club. Ozmas Telegramingizga yozaman. Menga tretsilka tashlavorasiz, xo'p? Hozir chat bir minut shuni yozib olay. Tarzan Game, bilat namichi qiyin. Tarzan Game mi? Sulka. Anaqa tretsilka tashlavering. Tak, ketdi. Ikkinchi skinni rozig'ish qilamiz. Tak, ikkinchi skinga boshqacha endi qilamiz. Achchiq oshmas. Achchiq oshmas. Botir mo'ylov. Mana mastiga tashiyman chatga. Yo, qiyinmi? Yo, mo'ylov-shot deydi mana, mo'ylov-shot. Mo'ylov-shot ketdi mana. Mana, mo'ylov-shot. Mana, mo'ylov-shot. Chatga yozaman, qaranglar. Ketdi. 13 ta odam. Mana bunaqa galachka qo'yib yozasizlar, galachka qo'yib, mana unda qo'yasizlar-da, keyin mo'ylov-shot deb yozasizlar. Mhm. 60 ta bo'lsa to'xtataman. 60 ta to'xtataman. Galachka bilan mo'ylov-shot deb yozasizlar. Podpisatsiya bo'lmasa, bu bo'lmasa ishlamaydi. Tak, hozir men bu MKdan keyin mana bu ikkita ya buni Telegramda rozig'ish qilaymikan, qancha turarmikan bu o'zi jala. Xuy ekan. Tak. Men buni rozig'ish qilaman hozir MKdan keyin. Sira Telegraminglarni yozib yuborasizlar. Xo'p, bo'ldi, 60 ta bo'ldik. Tak, победительni tanlayman. Tanlovman, tayyormisizlar? Ketdi. 1, 2, 3. Beko, Beko yetishdi, basharangiz kisani. 10 yildan beri noliydigan bola edi. Davashdim, Beko Telegramingni yozib yubor yoki bilasanmi Telegramingni yozib yubor. Tak, ikkinchi skin. Voy, jalamaslik ko'rsatmadim ekranni. Mana Beko yutdi. Bilet. Murdaliyeva. Murdaliyev. Murdamisiz sizlar? Qani chiqmadi-yu. Bo'ldi, skam naxi. O, chiqmadi. Telegraming chiqmadi, bo'ldi. Bu skin senga bermayman. Birinchi marta nimadir yutishim. O, yoz. Qarindoshi da xolam o'g'li jala. Yozasammi yo'qmi Telegramingni? Yoz, bilet, real qo'raman. Yozmaydi, ban berdimi? Bot qani o'chirib qo'ysa bo'ladi, anaqasini. Qo'ysang, Beko menga Instagramdan yozib yuborgan, men senga tashlab beraman. Tak, men bu dual beretsi, mana men buni hozir endi buni o'ynaymiz. Endi men buni o'ynaymiz. Sira Telegraminglarni yozinglar. Kim yutgan bo'lsa, mana hozir mana shuni yutgan odam sira Telegramingizni yozing. Kommentariyalar yozing. Men yutdim deb bir dragonlar yutganga o'xshab bilan xursand bo'lasiz. Ketdi mana, tak. Endi botga nima deb yozamiz? Spirit. Ketdi mana, Spirit. Chatga Spirit deb yozamiz. Mana yozdim. Unda qo'yib Spirit deb yozasizlar, ketdi. Ketdi. Oh, yebaj, birdaniga o'rgan oldinglarmi deyman, qanday og'ana qilishi. Nechta to'xtamiz? 60 ta to'xtamizmi? Tak. 1, 2, 3, 63 ta bo'lib ketdik уже. Bo'ldi, to'xtatamiz. Tak, победитель kim bizada? Dang. Shodiyona. Qiz qiz bola yutdimi? Realni qiz bola yutdimi? Shodiyona Instagramingizni Telegramingizga yozib yuboring tez. Bo'pti, hozir o'chirib turaman, keyin qiz bola yozmasin sizga. Bo'ldi, o'chirdim. Telegramingizga yozib yuboring, чтобы bola yozib bizga qilmasingiz uchun. Shodiyona. Botni o'chirlaringni. Tak, Telegramini yozdi. Nur Muhammad, o'g'il bola ekansiz-ku, janob. Tresilka. Tak, bo'ldi. Hamma narsasini o'zini naqasini topdi, to'g'rimi? Voy, ko'rib qoldinglarmi? O'g'il bola ekan, chat, uni yozib o'tirmanglar. Tak, kim nima yutganini biladi? Botiram. Kim nima yutganini biladi? Hozir agar Face o'ynayman desam, Face ham ishlamayapti menimcha, ishlatdim Face. Face ishlatgan ekan, lekin men ban olganman. Menda banim bor soat 3 gacha. Chatga yozdimi Telegram? Блядь, ебать, я в тупой, бля. Короче, chat. Hozir menda Face ishlamayapti. Так что hammaga от души rahmat. Stream o'chiraman, chunki hozir qiladigan ishim yo'q. Botni o'chiraman, botni nastroyga qilib qo'yaman keyin. Face ishlab ketdi. Lekin menda mana qaranglar, menda ban olganman-da. Sizlarga хотя бы ekranni ko'rsatay. Mana, qaranglar. Menda ban olganman-da. Ana Face'da hozir uncheat so'radi, to'g'rimi? Hozir case'dan chiqay. Kecha короче xuysoslar bilan tushib qolganman, so'kudim. O'yinni kerit qilib berganman lekin mana. Qaranglar. Mana kecha men o'yinni 23 ga 15 o'ynab kerit qilib berganman. Shundan keyin ban oldim-da, keyin bitta o'yin yutqizdim. Kecha stream qildim, mana hozir qaranglar, запустить qilaman, lekin banim borligi uchun hozir menga baning bor, senga mumkin emas deydi. Mana qaranglar. Bitta bosaman, bam. Ты временно забанен. Типа ban olgansan 4 avgust 03:41 da tugaydi ekan. Так что hammaga rahmat, chat. Ertaga Face deb bash qilamiz. Ertaga sizlarning streamni kutib qolaman. Adush rahmat. Bugun hamma bo'lgan, hamma like bosganlarga adush rahmat. Ertagacha o'zinglarni asranglar, yaxshi dam olinglar, chat. Hop. Hammaga rahmat. Bo'pti, jonlarim, jonim, 40